I have a lot of work to do, a lot of work ahead of me. I'm going to actually bring up the chat here because it'll be a lot easier if I can get this going. So I've got the Lego Space Shuttle, finally, after many problems. Let me tell you, FedEx is not very XX. FedEx is XX, if you know what I mean. I guess I'm gonna go live and see myself. And there's a whole bunch of people here, so thank you very much for tuning in. I've got a little laptop down here so I can hopefully pay attention. And is the network quality rubbish? Wait a second. Let me just check. Play. Oh no, it's working. Just gonna pause that. There we go. Hi. Well, Enno, yes, so Lego, on April 1st, instead of having some crazy joke, they released this, and it's a monster set. It's even bigger than the Saturn V. I have not opened it. I'm super excited to have a chance to build it. I will probably not be able to do it tonight, but let's get this thing open and see what we've got going on. Yeah, this is like a $200 set. Okay, bag 15. That's a pretty big number of bags. Bag unnumbered. Okay, but those are bay doors. You just built this last week. I already bought this. It was your favorite tent bag. 13. Okay, so let's try and put these bags out in order, right? 11, which of course voice dictation will never understand a Scotsman saying the number 11, right? I don't think I'm going to get through all this tonight, but I do think I have to find time to do it. 6, or is that 9? That's 9. I'm currently taking them from the reverse side, right? 17. 16. 14. I can do numbers. Oh wait, and there's a box in the middle here. Oh, it's coming out very carefully. Oh yes. It took over 4 hours to build. Who is Al11? It's a box inside a box. It's a conundrum. So I need a pair of scissors or something. Oh wait, here. It's a fork. It's not quite a fork. I cannot keep up with chat, by the way, but I'm so glad that people are here. This is not a regular stream, but I might totally talk about, space and stuff. Obviously, this is Space Shuttle Discovery, right? It's a very specific one. It was the one which launched the Hubble Space Telescope. Yep. And therefore, you get the Hubble Space Telescope with it. Interest in Scotland, your reason here. Okay, bag number 2. So I guess I should have probably started with this box, because these ones will be the ones that I get later. So I'm going to throw these back in here. This was out for sale on the 1st of April. And I got it, ordered it from Lego minutes after midnight. And then FedEx lost it. Oh my God, a 99. Are you crazy? You can almost buy a Lego thing for that. This is already, oh God, you guys are so wonderful. I don't actually know who this is. Dan Radke, thank you to an Italian to a Scotsman. I love Italy. Grazie. I think that's what they say, right? I went to Italy once in 1997. It was a conference on astronomy. It was actually a NATO-funded conference about orbital mechanics. And I went there, and it was just amazing. I got to hang out with a lot of really cool astronomers, learn all about the art of doing orbital math. Oh, this is heavy. This is hefty. Well, I remember it was the summer 1997, right? And two of the things I remember, first of all, was the landing of Sojourner, Pathfinder and Sojourner on Mars. And that happened while we were there. So that was super exciting. But also, I remember that we were talking about, to a movie fan, oh, wow. Dan, you're just crazy. What the heck? I love you. Like, hello, Dan says. And we have K-Workshop saying, you're the best. I can't thank you enough for all your awesome videos. I've heard so much from you. That thing come with a Hubble, though it does. It doesn't come with a working Hubble, but it's pretty amazing. I can't keep up with this amazing chat. Dan is generous. There's an important thing, but I'm glad I'm gonna have to do something with this. To LEGO Infinity and beyond. This is the manual, and it has 318 pages. I have a couple of space shuttle sets. I have actually 3 space shuttles, because I've got the one with the ISS, I have the little 3-in-1 space shuttle, and there's the one with the Women of NASA set, and those are great. So, yes, 5 space shuttle orbiters made up NASA's Space Transportation System. STS, Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, Atlantis, and Endeavour, and also Enterprise, you forget about that one. Combined, they flew 135 missions, carrying 355 people into space. Discovery flew the most missions, carrying the highest number of passengers while traveling further and higher than the other orbiters, because I had to go higher because I had to service the Hubble Space Telescope. It was also Discovery's assignment to launch and deploy the Hubble Space Telescope in April 1990. Yes, so this is marvelous from the design team. Looking very, very cool. But yes, look, I love it comes right away with an explanation of how to work with this. Hello. There's so many things. Don't care that it's 4 a.m. over here, Scott. Stream is watching. I do not deserve your generosity, but I'm so grateful. So there's a lot of shiny stickers that come with this, because you're going to need the metallic effects. I'm looking for bag 1, which 6, 7. This is I love Lego in a sort of really simple and joyful. Where the heck did I put 1? Did I put 1 back in the? No, that's 7. Okay, now I'm confused. Or is that bag 1? No, so first of all, we're going to build the Hubble Space Telescope. So we've got 2, 3. This is 7. This is 1. This has to be 1. There it is. 1. Put these away. Wow, I love how it's telling me to buy my own super chat. This is like a bad first date. Okay. I cannot keep up with chat. So yeah, this is, wow, you've got a lot going on. The first major observatory in space, it is. So, bag number 1. So excited. Oh, wait. Very important. Building beer. This is the Brew Free or Die IPA from 21st Amendment. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad about Enterprise. I really hope that we actually get like a Starliner or a Dragon that's named after Enterprise, because that would be fitting. Like, after sort of being robbed of the privilege of going to space, I think that really we deserve a proper Enterprise in space. So this is just building the stand out here. Ooh, we get some wind. Oh, that wind feels so good. And these go like this. Yeah, this is what happened. Like, Enterprise, they just realized it was going to be cheaper to build a completely new one. So this is the tag. So I need to find NASA Hubble Space Telescope. Dan, oh my gosh, Dan, you realize that I'm not deserving of all this. I mean, seriously, I love it. What, you gotta, like, ask me questions or stuff. I work, I mean, this is a hobby, remember. I do have a day job, and this is very hard to get on here. I just love, my sort of big love is getting on YouTube and talking about space and science and stuff like that. There's so much to learn, so much to discuss, but we have NASA, ESA, Hubble Space Telescope, because a lot of people forget that the European Space Agency was also involved. There you go. I like how it tells you its velocity is 4.72 miles per second, and whereas it tells you the Space Shuttle's orbital velocity is in miles per hour. That's okay. Somebody didn't get their units figured out there. I should stream. No, I do stream on Twitch, but today I'm deciding that I want to stream on YouTube because I so rarely stream on YouTube. And it's like super easy and chill and yeah. Only beer could fix the internet. You're lagging bad now. That might be my problem. Like, let's be clear. So I gotta find these, and then so this is building up the stand. This is a kind of boring. I wouldn't say it's boring. It's obviously very cool, but it's not the most exciting part of the build because we're essentially just trying to create a thing to hold it. He's not lagging, your internet is lagging. That's good to know because my internet, this is actually the weakest part of the house for my internet. But it also has this beautiful table, which I love. My day job is I write software. That's all you need to know. I write software for a major company. And I do this because I also love computers. The problem is that because I'm doing this on my day job, I can't actually talk about computers very much on my night job because then, you know, proprietary things, right? I might accidentally let slip something that is secret, or it might just simply be that I'm getting paid to do software by day, so I shouldn't be getting YouTuber stuff at night. Does that make sense? It's complicated. So, anyways, very excited. This has been a fantastic and fascinating 24 hours, obviously. We had a ton of launches yesterday. I should have just streamed the launches, to be honest. There was so much going on. But there's like an event at work, and I got very tired with all the stuff that was involved there. So I just kind of chilled out last night, and then I did record that video this morning, which I knew would be kind of sensitive to some people. Like, it's just kind of the nature of things that, you know, it's hard to talk without other political baggage coming into play, but let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about this here. So, I'm sorry, I gotta check the thing. What's the beer? Hold on. The beer is 21st Amendment, yes. How do you think SpaceX is going to deal with the gap between the flaps and the body during re-entry? Yes. Also, Andrew Snedden is also saying congrats about the movie. Out of all the wait, there's too many people. Nice to see another Lego set on YouTube. And Angel Ledesma is saying awesome looking set. Scott, any chance we're going to see you try the new RP1 package for KS? I should totally look at the. I want to get my realism overhaul re-updated for Kerbal Space Program because I used it in the past pretty accurately to simulate things. Just checking. I have performed rapid unscheduled disassembly of my checking account. Thanks for teaching us science. Well, I hope that what I've learned you has been worth it because, you know, I appreciate it, but boy, it is pretty. You're so generous. A gentleman and a scholar. So Andrew Snedden congratulates on the movie. Tatar 21, great beer. I was psyched to meet you at the Museum of Flight when I was streaming with some. Yes, that was. I just found the footage from that again. I'd lost it. This was we were up there for PAX East, and in Seattle, and like Das and EJ were streaming, and I was like, I'm gonna get in on this, and I got to hang out. Now, how is SpaceX going to deal with the gap between the flaps and the body during re-entry? That is a big question. I think they're just going to design an interface where there is no gap in there, and they'll probably have some sort of carbon. I don't. They may not carbon, but they'll have some sort of internal blocking thing. I don't know. We'll see. But it is important to be able to deal with these gaps. What was your first Lego build? My first Lego build recently was the Saturn V, which I made a big deal about. With the Saturn V, I actually went to the Lego store the morning of release, and I stood in line, and it was really cool. Especially like I actually was, had fans that recognized me, and it was very exciting. So hold on, this goes here, this goes here. So this is the front. Therefore, this goes. Aha! That's how this goes. Isn't it amazing this works? Can we get an F in chat for Michael Collins? Michael Collins, what a legend. Michael Collins wrote the best book about being an astronaut in the 1960s. Carrying the Fire is everything that you should want from a book about space. And I highly encourage anyone that is fascinated by that era and wants to know, then that you follow and read all that. I think I may have made a mistake, but I'm going to continue doing this. I'm missing a piece unless I've made a mistake. Oh dear. Oh, there it is there. Hidden under there. Whew. That was dangerous. So yeah, I used to go to the Lego stores on the morning because where I work in San Francisco, it's actually pretty close to the Lego store. So I could, get off BART or whatever, go to the Lego store, stand in line until it opens, and walk out with a shiny new Lego set before, and get home and be able to build it before all the people that had mail ordered it. Like, I know there's a lot of Lego builders that basically do the whole, wait, have I done this backwards? Oh no, it's got to go like that. Hold on. Yeah. So I know there's a lot of professional Lego builders on YouTube that have ins with the Lego company, and they get the stuff in advance ahead of time, and that's great. But this is a sort of diversion for me. So I feel that I really should actually pay for it myself. Except you guys are doing it. Okay. Andrew Snedden, congrats on the movie. Again, of all the launches that are coming up, which one are you looking forward to the most? I'm looking forward to the next Starship flight, mostly because it's so crazy and experimental. In terms of actual flights this year, though, I really want to see Inspiration 4, honestly. There's something about the people that they've picked to fly on that which seems it seems right. It feels good. It actually feels like an inspiration rather than a bunch of investors. Sorry, I've got this backwards. So that's exciting. Obviously, looking forward to Artemis 1, because Artemis is a cool name. Looking forward, I'm just continuously looking forward to stuff. Let's be clear. And then we need a brick in here. This, man. So I'm just putting this together here. See, we've got the stand being built. The instructions are very, very simple. You can't actually see the instructions here. I'm having so much of a hard time keeping up the chat. Hi Scott, just got my shuttle today. This is Nathaniel Vital. I'm currently assembling the bay doors. Lining up the radiator stickers will be a pain. But let me tell you, lining up the real doors is a pain in real life. If you remember, on one of the early shuttle missions, they actually had trouble lining the doors up to close. Can you build this faster than the ISS? Wow. Simon Danfoot said he built his ISS faster than you. You know what? He probably could. You probably can't build it fast, but I'm actually just chilling out and talking and enjoying being here. Which, go figure. That's me. Being me. Chatting, drinking, chilling, loving. Because I'm a lover, and I'm a chiller, I'm a da-da-da-da-da. I play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I'm sorry, I'm driving you all away with the singing, right? I play my music on the run. Steve Miller Band, they were great. Okay, there we go. That's how that goes. I actually used to be a pretty good singer when I was younger, and well, then I grew up. Did you know? First conceived in the 1940s, the Hubble Space Telescope took decades of planning before its launch in 1990. It was also delayed because of that whole Challenger thing. Okay, so I'm putting the excess pieces in this tray. We'll see how many extra pieces we end up with. 3 so far, plus the tool. Again, I prefer. Okay, wait a second. No, I love your videos. Thank for your time. Nice to see you. Okay. I cannot keep track. Is there a way to maybe pop this out? There. How about this? I'm going to pop out the chat into a separate page. Dank Jeb, when hop. Oh, but now I can't actually see the special chats. I will get to you. Just keep, chatting. So there's 2 bags of number 2, right? This is 2. This is 2. But this is 2. This is all silver, so I'm presuming this is all the silver stuff from bag 2. Okay. I'm just good. I don't know about that. Favorite space agency company? I mean, look, here's the thing. Spacex, I think, work incredibly hard. And I'm not sure I would want to work there, but I have to absolutely give respect to them for continually being happy to push and work so much. On the other hand, as I said, I wouldn't necessarily be the kind of person to want to work there. What am I looking for here? I think I might have to open this. This is all the silver bits. Nope, none of the bits are in there. I hope I've opened the correct bag here. Wouldn't you know there's bits just not here? They're different colors. It's supposed to be black. Black like my heart. Okay. Isn't the sound of Legos so calming? Yes, but let me tell you, Lego is the plural of Lego, right? Legos is not a word. Legos is a fabrication. Yeah, I'm missing. Oh wait, it must be in here. Oh, look at that! It does sound like calming, zen. And I'm going to now be very careful. I can't do the ASMR thing. Oh. 21st Amendment, it's the Brew Free or Die IPA. 21st Amendment are a brew pub in San Francisco that have been around as long as I've been in San Francisco. I don't actually live in San Francisco anymore. I live across the bridge in Marin, in a, just north of the Golden Gate Bridge. And we have hills. You might be able to see something. No, you can't. All you can see is trees, but there's hills out there, which is very nice if you happen to be, say, looking for things to do during a pandemic. Lots of places to climb. If you haven't heard of it, check out the window cleaner trick for applying the stickers. Oh, okay, I'll take it. Aren't words a fabrication? Words, like language is complex and amazing. Here's the thing, a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people think that making up a language, like for a fictional movie or something, is just throwing together a bunch of made up words, right? And that is true to a certain extent, but if you look at a language which is lived in, it is evolved, then it's not just a collection of words, right? Because people come up with everyday expressions. Things like burning the midnight oil and, oh, he's a loose cannon and things like that. So language becomes lived in and words get meanings and you get expressions that sort of come out of nowhere. So if you're going to construct a sort of realistic language, then you need to actually imagine how these things exist. There's actually like expression like does the Pope wear a funny hat, right? Again, you got to understand how that fits within the context of a language, right? Brilliant. Can't help but support question. When is the next Have a Beer with Scott event in Sacramento? I do not know. That would be a great one. I should probably have a beer event in Marin sometime, since, that's where I am. Or San Francisco, more likely, because San Francisco, I'm hoping that now that vaccinations are happening and exposure rates are going down, am I going to buy the MOC for the orange tank and SRBs? I'm not sure I will. I am actually thinking of buying another shuttle set for the... another shuttle set. You know what? Wait a second. Oh, that's interesting. I thought we would do this at 90 degrees, but apparently not. Yeah, I was thinking I'd prefer to have a shuttle that was the same scale as the Saturn V to stick alongside. And then I could build another launch umbilical tower. That would be really crazy. Like, that was a sort of COVID pandemic project. It's like, okay, I'm going to get myself an epic building set. I say building set because it's not actually Lego, that launch umbilical tower. And I do have regrets about that. I'm glad that I was able to send money to the people that had originally created the set, that, you know, more or less hadn't been rewarded for their hard work. So I think that's important. If you ever buy one of these knockoff sets, that you should really try to make an effort to reward the people that worked on it, because they need support too. And I kept on meaning to have them on the thing. Have you seen the new season of For All Mankind? I have, and I keep on meaning, I want to do an experiment to demonstrate just how strong duct tape is when you try to hold in 1 atmosphere of pressure. Because I don't think it had to end the way it did. I think that was just the showrunner's decision for how they ended it. But I think that in real life, you might actually have got a little more survival time with that improvised set of apparatus, that survival gear that they used in the show. All the same, the thing with For All Mankind is I'm constantly seeing things and I'm like, oh, that's not quite right. But at the same time, I don't care, because I quite enjoy seeing silly things happening. Like, let's put a space shuttle around the moon. Let me do the math for that. Will you be visiting Chabot Center? I don't know if they invite me. I'm not sure what my situation is if I'm still a member, but I will, if they invite me, I will totally go to like a Friday night or something. I loved going to the Friday nights at Chabot Space and Science Center, because, you know, I would talk about some ridiculous subject, and then there would be fire, and there would be dancing, and there would be beer, and there would just be lots of people having fun and learning the science. So I'm all about that. So yes, if I get invited there, I will. I'm actually going to Hawaii because my wife is just, you know, super insistent that she's had enough. She's got her vaccine. She's like, okay, we are going somewhere. Okay, so I need 2 of these. So these go along this. Yeah, I'm going to the Big Island. So, and that Big Island is the one that has telescopes and volcanoes. Therefore, it has all the stuff that I'm interested on Hawaii. I'm less interested in swimming, less interested in having Mai Tais. I'm all about the science. And the last time I was in Hawaii, we actually went to the Jaguar Museum, right? That's the museum on the lip of the crater, which there used to be a lava pool in there. John Hardy, did I see something? Oh, there's James Lashbrook. Wait a second. What's so big about so hard about orbital refueling? The hard thing about orbital refueling is that to drain liquid from a tank, you need it to flow downwards. And that's actually hard because there's no gravity. Chance SN15 lands, and why? I give it a 75% chance now, because I think the Raptors are a new design. They've solved a lot of their problems. I think they've basically, I was initially skeptical about them landing the Starship prototypes because I thought that the aerodynamics were going to be the hard problem to solve, but it turns out that the propellant transfer and the engines are the killers. So anyway, yeah, we went to Hawaii and we ended up at the museum, and they were pointing out, look, we've got lava squirting out. We have spatter, visible spatter. And we were very lucky we got to see that.
We had a nice thing at night. We went and got some great footage watching the lava just bubbling out in the crater. And then the next day, there was a minor eruption and they closed the museum and it never opened again because in the intervening months after that, there were big earthquakes, the crater started to collapse, and eventually we ended up with, you know, the crater being completely destroyed. Okay, so the thing is, the crater, like, it collapsed and it stopped erupting. Basically what happened was another crack opened on the side of the volcano and all the lava drained downwards and because that wasn't there, the crater collapsed inwards and it meant there was no lava at the top of the volcano. This was Kilauea. Hey Zachary Windsor, eating a burrito, huh? I just had some pasta. Where does FlySafe come from? FlySafe comes from EVE Online. I played EVE Online all the time, and the reason why I say fly safe rather than fly safely is because EVE Online is a game dominated by people for whom English is a second language. And so the correct tense was not something that was well communicated, and that's why it is what it is. What is the worst rocket and why is it Ares 1? I don't know, I'm going to say the Iraqi rocket was probably the worst one, but Ares 1 was terrible on so many levels because it was such a lot of money for a hack, right? It was dangerous. They threw this together to basically say, we can do a rocket based on this, and it was disastrous. It was awful. Okay, so I've now got to put the silver bits on the side. So going to start like this. There's lots of these silver tiles. I think there's like a record number of silver tiles in this set. Like if you want these little silver curvy bits. Yeah, the Ares 1X, very specifically. Ares 1X was sort of thrown together by supporters of Constellation so that they had something to show, and it basically consisted of a 4-segment shuttle booster with a boilerplate fake segment on top and then a boilerplate capsule on top, and it still failed to operate correctly. Now I gotta scroll forward. A base mechanic track, that I don't know. Do you think LEGO will ever make EVE Online sets? So they did have a LEGO Ideas Rifter, and it got 10,000 votes, but LEGO decided not to do it. I don't remember the base mechanic track, but I do have some base mechanic vinyl in the basement. So I just don't remember which one. I remember the color because it just showed, the cover, it showed like a, you know, one of these big bass truck things. I'm just realizing, oh yeah, I got it right. Blue is on top. Gonna make sure I get that right. Dear Moon mission, I would so much be down for Dear Moon if they would let me. Okay, so I gotta do this. This is gonna be kind of interesting. Okay, so these sort of go in a circle. This is the same trick that I saw with the Saturn V escape tower. They use these little sort of fire hydrant, fire extinguisher gizmos, and they lay them out in a circle pointing at each other to try and make some sort of interesting thing. It flew and didn't break up, unlike Starship. No, it did break up. They weren't able to recover anything. Ares 1X. Starship could easily fly further and higher than Ares 1X did if they wanted. Okay. Now I've got fanfare for the common man in my head. Do you guys remember that? Emerson, Lake and Palmer, they did a version of it. Senpai Scott, notice me! West Husen Archives. What are you? What is the archives? Before the pandemic, we were making a documentary about black holes and we're planning to have you narrate it. Would you be interested? Yes, totally. I would totally be interested in any narration gigs. If you have a script for me, I'm very cool with reading other people's scripts. It might take me a while. You might have to like keep hitting me up and asking me, but I'm actually totally cool with working on other people's projects. I do this for fun. The only problem is that I frequently know a lot about the subject and will tell you that it's wrong, but you know, that's just me being helpful, right? Oh, wait a second. Oh, I do have this backwards. No, wait. Yeah, that's correct. I've got this correct. No. Oh, now we have a little one of these. Oh, I did it wrong. Wait a second, I did this wrong. What part of the shuttle are we building? This is this Hubble Space Telescope we're building first. So this is like this is a starter course, right? This is the soup or the salad or whatever, right? So like we have a little handle on the side. Vsauce made a new video. It's a banger. I hope it's not a banger because of the the thumbnail. I just remember him talking about Mr. Beast telling him, like, oh, your thumbnail for this, it's a banger. And it's a thumbnail that I just keep seeing all the time. Why are there so many million balls on the top of this reservoir? It's like, duh. Do I really need to watch a video on this? That's always the problem with the videos where they have a question in the title. Half the time I know what the answer is. But equally, yeah, I'll frequently do that myself because it gets people to click on it. But I do like to answer one question and then go off on a tangent or sort of fill in the framework surrounding it. Because it's not just answering the question, it's sometimes explaining why the answer is what it is. Where can I find your email? You would love to email me the script. There's a business thing on my YouTube page. What's your favorite coding language? My favorite coding language for real work or for history? Because my favorite programming language was 68K assembly on the Motorola. But realistically, C++ is my favorite. The man, Jesse M, the man, the myth, the legend, my favorite, laughing my ass off. So that was Eugene Bird that was asking about programming. But actually, if I'm going to throw something out quickly, I'll typically use Perl or Python these days. I do a lot of stuff in Python just to like throw it together quickly. Like when I was doing the simulation of synthetic aperture radar, I wrote that code in Python, but then, you know, it ended up being writing to a frame buffer in memory again. My problem with graphics is that I don't know any advanced graphics libraries, and I almost always end up, I almost always end up doing something weird like writing to, okay, this way. I almost always end up writing to thingy, oh, wait a second, I forgot to do this. So there, that goes on there. Oh, yes. It's got a knob in the side. Adam F. Hopefully not the Adam F. Will you have to replace Hubble lens mirror in the last step? Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen at the same time. Raven319S. Hey Scott, love the videos and the knowledge you spread. I work at DSN Goldstone. I enjoy the occasional shout. Listen, I enjoy your shout outs from Goldstone to all our spacecraft, keeping them in the loop, so to speak. I would love to know what goes on there. Any chance I could visit someday? Goldstone is a national treasure, like, as far as I'm concerned. I really think the radar component that Goldstone does is it's hugely important to my favorite subject, which is asteroids which could hit the Earth. And yeah, I love dropping the reference to bistatic radar that saved Soho, for example, as well. Fun stuff. Spec Op Steve. Hello Scott, long time follower. I just want to say you're a lovely person. Also, are you planning to do vids for KSP2? I am, and I actually just found a bunch of KSP video stuff like from when I was at PAX. I was sort of trying to clean up my disc, and I found the interview I did with Nate from, well, it's Intercept Games. Okay, so we've got that. We now have two sides. This is starting to look like a telescope, right? Uwu Westhusen. Any thoughts on the Chinese space station about to be built? Well, I did actually post a video today about the Chinese space station and the first thing that was launched last night. It's good that it's in space. I hope that one day we can, we can do a little more than watch. But yes, it's great that they've got their space station successfully into space, because I think based on the fact that their space station is going to have people in it later this year, it's very likely that this year we will see a new record of number of people simultaneously in space. The record is currently 13. That was back in 2009 when we had a space shuttle and 2 Soyuz at the space station. There's currently 11 people on the space station. But in September, there's a chance that we will have 2 Dragons in orbit, a Soyuz, and 3 people on the Chinese space station. So the module is called Tianhe, and the station itself, I believe, is going to be Tiangong. But I'm not an expert on that, so don't quote me on it. Oh, looks like we need to find a NASA. Is that a printed part? It is. Look, we have a printed part here. NASA with the worm logo. That's right. So we're now going to cover up the top of this thing, and that means... Wait. Oh, wait. This piece has to go down the backbone, right? So I'm guessing it goes like that, right? Yes. Ha 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 ha. So we actually have to put these on the inside. I'm building this backwards because I feel some affinity for it. Do you think Hubble could ever be brought back to Earth and put in the Smithsonian even without the space shuttle? I think that Starship might actually be able to do it. Noticed your Outer Wild shirt. Any thought about the new DLC? I do not know anything about the new DLC, but I've been a fan of Outer Wilds since I saw the student version like in 2013. Am I familiar with OpenBCI? Nope, I'm not interested in any other jobs, to be honest. I'm doing the space thing and I'm doing my other thing, and if I have to go, I don't know if I'm up for another job in tech. So that's Brad Chanderson is asking, visiting SF California for the first time, any off-the-path oddball aerospace military nerdy attractions or museums? If you're in SF, across the bay, they have the USS Hornet. That is the carrier which recovered the Apollo 11 spacecraft from, when it landed. So we literally have Neil Armstrong's first steps back on the planet Earth. So that's worth visiting, I think. It's actually very close to Astra, who build rockets, but that's obviously closed. And if you take the ferry from San Francisco to Alameda, then you actually go past a dry dock. And that dry dock is sort of famous, or secretly famous, because it was part of Project Azorian. Project Azorian was a secret CIA project to raise a Russian submarine off the bottom of the Pacific Ocean so that they could, analyze what was take it apart, look at missile codes and things like that. So that's a couple. Oakland has a little aviation museum, the Oakland, near Oakland Airport. Again, that's more in Alameda, which is on the other side of the bay. So, it's worth headed over to that side. But the Academy of Science is absolutely marvelous as a place to visit for a science nerd. Like, the aquarium there is absolutely world class as far as I'm concerned. So I like that. Also be aware there's a lot of public spaces in buildings, although you probably can't get into them right now because of COVID restrictions. But the LinkedIn building has actual authentic modern art in there, so it's kind of amazing that you can go and see that. Okay, so now this is starting to look like a telescope, isn't it, huh? Sorry, I gotta look at this thing. So Outer Wilds, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. James Lashbrook, please support petition to rename Lunar Gateway to Collins Station. I am so behind that. I think that would be a marvelous thing. What's my opinion on space mining? Basically, space mining is searching for a problem that it can solve effectively. And when it does, it will happen. But until then, it's probably not going to happen. That's really the nature of things. It's very expensive to get started. People don't realize just how expensive, it's not just extracting the materials, it's processing the materials, right? Which is, you know, incredibly complex in terms of chemistry. I don't know, like you've seen For All Mankind season finale, there's a comment on there about, oh, we have a reactor making plutonium on the moon. And I just was like, what? Obviously nobody that they consulted with knew anything about nuclear weapons material, because the extracting plutonium and processing it is just the horrific thing that you wouldn't want to do in a closed cycle on the moon, right? Let me tell you, you need lots of chemicals. You couldn't do it secretly. Hi Scott, do you think SpaceX may try faster ascent to 10 kilometers or higher with Starship before the super heavy booster is ready? I think what will be more likely is that they actually go higher. That might be the thing. Once they've got the landing down, they might do a ballistic flight. I don't know what their plans are. Okay, so now I need a little black one. When will KSP2 come out? When it's ready, and not before. I've told them they can take as long as they feel they need to, and I will be there waiting for them. But if they rush it out and they make it bad, then I will be unhappy. And I might say nasty things, even although I like the people. I do like the people that I've met them. They are legitimately fans of Kerbal Space Program. And that is important too. I think that's a really good sign. The fact that they knew what was good about Kerbal Space Program from the start. I need to drink this. It says 2022. Any solar eclipse plans this year? And probably not. But again, pandemic has sort of thrown it's caused a number of little problems here and there. Oh, I forgot to put this brick in. There we go. Okay, what are we doing here? So now I gotta flip it around. Now we're doing the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Yeah, Jim Morrison, what a legend. When I went to Paris, that was one place I wanted to go, was to see his gravestone. I wish, unfortunately, my camera got stolen. I'm not sure I have photos from that now, I think about it. I probably do. Oh, wait a second. I've got to do this. Yeah, Jim Morrison. I'm sad about the state of Russia's space program. I think Roscos is going to stop going to that. Do you have something to cheer me up? I think what will actually happen is that Russia will end up being able to extract some money from NASA to continue the International Space Station operations. And that will make up for the fact that they are no longer getting money for taking people to space. But yeah, I think it is unfortunately the state that things have got to, because obviously Russia has a great history. They've solved a lot of things, and they do still have amazing technology. The RD-180, 170, 180, 190 are still world-class engines. Am I going to watch CRS-22? I usually watch all the launches, but I don't necessarily know everything involved in every single mission, so I will look forward to seeing your little CubeSat up there. Aha, I gotta do this. Do you think there'll ever be a race of people to travel between stars? I honestly think that it's more likely that people will upload themselves into computers, and it will be a digital version of humanity. It'll be like simulated brains. It will be the creations, things that we have created, rather than humans ourselves. But I think the line will be very blurry by that point. It's just, I don't know, like human bodies are so frail and fragile. It doesn't feel like something that we would do well. Okay, yes. This is it. Almost all the silver. Despite some realism issues, you have to admit the Pathfinder shuttle with Northern... It is. I do like that. The only thing I would say is that as soon as it took off and fired up its engines, it would have irradiated the aircraft below it, and they would have died. So, yeah. The problem with nuclear engines is they're cool, as in they're not highly radioactive, until you light them. And then they're really radioactive. There we go. Da, da, da. Starting to look like a telescope. Yes. I love the fact that it says NASA on here. It's marvelous. Sorry, what? You used to work on the USS Hornet Museum's preferred caterer from Concord, including 45th anniversary display. You tried to serve appetizers to Buzz Aldrin, but his bodyguards wouldn't let me. Lol. I missed that, yeah. Buzz is a character these days. He's not quite what he was, but you know, I still mad props for what Buzz Aldrin has done. Okay, here we go. You know, I like Buzz Aldrin a lot because he obviously was the guy that understood the orbital mechanics, right? That was a big deal as far as I'm concerned. Michael Collins is clearly the most empathic of the three Apollo 11 astronauts, and Neil Armstrong obviously was the hardcore nerd that was checking the checklists and redesigning things, and just, again, you know, Neil was an absolute legend as well. But I think it's interesting that the Apollo 11 has three such different characters. You get what I mean? Oh my god, listen! Oh. Hubris made a shuttle without a launch escape system. The same will happen for BFR. Well, yes, and the thing is, BFR has fewer ways to abort. If there are not any Scott Manley Easter eggs in KSP2, I will be very unhappy. I would pass on that information to the developers, but then it would kind of look like I'm tooting my own horn, which is not something I'm really good at doing. I'll be honest, like, I would do a lot more events if I got invited to a lot of events, but I'm never someone to, like, go out to, like, the people that run Yuri's Night and say, hey, I will totally do your thing. It's more like, oh, I got invited to do something. Sure, I'll come along. You know, it's, as I said, I'm not really, I'm kind of busy all the time. So when I get invited, I don't like to turn people down. And there's actually a bunch of people that have asked for interviews that I need to follow up with. And they all seem like such nice people. So I gotta do that. I've like 900 gigabytes of email now. I'm not very good at managing my email. So, I gotta do one more. We're almost out of silver bits. Oh shoot, I've just realized that this, the chat isn't scrolling because I forgot to... What do you think the most practical form of interstellar travel is? Good question. Official Lego YouTube channel had NASA patches and decals. Yeah, I don't get this. I don't know. I think basically they have to be careful about these things in certain territories. But yeah, I was told, for example, when I was doing one sponsored video that I couldn't have NASA logos on it. And I was like, but I'm talking about a mission that NASA's flying. What? How? Why? How? So, yeah, it was problematic. This is really hard to do. Is Elon one of the folks you owe an interview to? No, here's the thing, like, Elon, if someone from SpaceX asked me to interview him, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like, it actually, the Peter Beck thing came because Kerbal Space Program, right? They actually organized that. I would never have the courage or effort, you know, energy to reach out to someone like that on my own. And I was like super conservative with the amount of time, so things kind of got rushed through, and then the video quality was terrible. But you know, I'm glad for what I learned. Okay, so we got to do two of these things like this. It's like this. We're getting there. We're getting there. So the everyday astronaut, Tim Dodd, he has been messaging me on and off forever, and we keep on missing each other. Like, there's so many cases, like he's coming to town, oh, I'm out of town, right? Multiple times this has happened where it's like, oh, I'm coming to town, we'll be able to do a thing. It's like, oh, I'm out of town this week. Like, I think my wife is keeping me away from Tim because she's the one that books all the vacations. I don't know, it's probably going to be a 12-hour feed at this rate. We're up to 1 hour and we still haven't got the Hubble Space Telescope finished. But all the same, I think we'll get some fair way. As long as we have something that looks a little like a space shuttle, that will be my sort of standard for success here. So now, red side. So notice they color code the sides. So this is the red side and this is the blue side. You can't really see, but so color coding is important when you're building these complicated models. And it's really cool that the designers actually understand the importance of this. I think I'm missing a piece here. Okay, I might have to go back and figure out what I'm missing here, because that definitely looks wrong. Okay, wait a second. No, that's correct. That has two of those things. I hope that isn't supposed to have a thing on it. It is. Okay, yeah, this bit is wrong. Okay. Amateur. What an amateur. Ian Smith comes back in and just says something. Ian Smith just did nothing. Will this go in the background of your videos? Probably. We got to find a spot. You bought this thing on day one. I love it. This is Lightning Wing Dragon. Thank you very much. One thing the Real Discovery doesn't have is an injection system, but the kit does. Remarks. Well, it's a kit. No, they need to be able to remove the top so you can see the interior. One of these things actually I've meant to do is to actually go over the shuttle controls and find out the differences. Do I still play Elite Dangerous? I am right now. I actually just updated it because they've got the new Odyssey build on there. Elite Dangerous is a game that I always enjoy spending time playing, but I don't think people actually enjoy watching people play it as much. But yeah, Elite Dangerous, I've had a great deal of fun time in that. Since James Webb's Space Telescopes could fit inside Starship unfolded, how big do you imagine near future telescopes becoming? What are your favorite potential applications for Starship? I mean, so there's already a telescope called LUVOIR, which is even bigger, and they demonstrated that it would fit inside the Starship, and it uses the same kind of mirror folding trick. Okay, so that was Dienerhar. Ian Smith says, what's your prediction? Will SpaceX SN15? I'm going to say 75%, right? I'm much more confident. Okay, so where are we? And then we got to do this. So this is the cover. Oh, this goes on here. Aha, there we go. Why didn't they do that when I was building this? That seems like an odd time to do it. You can't watch this, I just want to build another one, or take my apart and build it again. Boy, like, yes, I totally understand. So it's a little gold. This is the secondary mirror here. Hey Scott, was going to originally go towards my crippling addiction to VTubers, but I saw your stream. Got a ton of nostalgia from when I used to binge all your KSP videos. Hope you're doing... I'm doing well. Queso Commando, thank you very much. Too bad the question couldn't have been asked with the Darth Vader quote, where is that shuttle going? I hear this is how you say hello, but who do you say goodbye? Goodbye. Aye. Aye, goodbye, will you? Aye. I will be. I will nae be saying that, huh? Right. Okay, so we get 4 pieces left and we're on to bag 3. We're going to build the solar panels. Which means we're going to have a hard time. Have you seen the alt history timeline called Boldly Going? It's the same folks who wrote Eyes Turn Skyward. It's about the STS evolution. I haven't. I should probably watch these things. There's a lot of work out there that I would love to know more about. What other space missions would you like to see made into a Lego set? That's actually a very good question because I'm trying to think about iconic missions. I would love to see a command module that works with the lunar lander. So that you could have that on its own and potentially have it docked to the lunar lander. I would love that. I would love to see, maybe an Atlas may not, but a redstone would be kind of nice because I think the redstone has a cool look to it with the fins and everything. Ryan Radcliffe, thanks for years of entertainment and knowledge. I love a space flight. Started with your videos. Wow, it's amazing. That's always my favorite thing to hear. Because honestly, I do this for fun. And every time I hear that somebody has learned something or been inspired, it's the best feeling, right? It really is. Okay, so what are we doing? We're looking for gray. No, that's not it. You've got to look a little closer here. Of course, what's going to happen is I bet you my wife is going to get home and she'll be like, I need you to help carry the stuff. And I'll be like, no, help. Here we go. Silver, silver. Oh, no, nope, there we go. Oh, wait. There. Sorry, I missed a whole bunch of stuff. This will take so long. You'd love to do a video on flight termination systems. So would I. There's so many things that I want to learn about. So this is Gilbert Samuelian. Yes, so flight termination systems, some are explosives, some are basically like det cord that run along certain fractures. Now, what I found interesting was a few years ago, I did a video about how which was it? It was the Taurus launcher. They had some failures and they had traced the failures to a company that had faked the test for their metal, and the metal had actually been stronger. No, wait, no, what was it? I can't remember. Basically, the problem was the metal wasn't brittle enough, and so because they needed the metal to actually be brittle so that when they fired the det cord that it actually shattered rather than simply hiding, rather than simply sort of disappearing, absorbing. So, like, yeah, if the material isn't right, your flight termination system may not work as advertised. Lego Starship and Super Heavy, maybe. That will need a lot of silver bricks, right? I think the silver bricks are very much at a premium. Okay, so now I need to put square, and a couple of teeth. And then we do a little pair of these. Brilliant. They were like Buzz Aldrin punching Buzz Aldrin punching moon denialist. It was straight up there with punching Nazis, right? Always punch Nazis and moon denialists. Like that's as far as I'm concerned. That's where I'm coming from. Okay, so this goes on here. I'm going to say I'm not super hot with that, but look at this. Isn't that great? Oh, goodness. This is so beautiful. Will SN15RUD? Possibly. Okay, I'm getting worried. Dan, I'm really worried. Do you agree with unified field theory of repression? Matrix and critical race. What? I have no idea. What? All I know is that I am always going out of my way to make sure that people from every background can learn science. That's my thing. I will absolutely go out of my way, especially. So, because you know what, I have a lot going on. Okay, what's this? This is 3 of these. Oh, so I got to do 2 of these antenna, right? So these are lightsabers. I think these are lightsabers. It's guaranteed that there are lightsabers on the Hubble Space Telescope. You don't want to mess with it. So this goes in here, and this. What's one audiobook you will... honestly, I don't use audiobooks. What I listen to, and you might have heard, is I listen to people on YouTube talking about things. And my current sort of jam for just putting on things to listen to is Rectilinear, who talks about naval history. And I'm not really big into naval history, but there's been enough in there to sort of keep me interested. Things like talking about, how armor evolved in the navies, talking about some of the engagements, making a joke about, French pre-dreadnoughts when hotels go to war. So yeah, that's sort of what I tend to do with my time. I don't have... My opinion on For All Mankind Season 2, by the way, is Kai Nguyen. Big fan. Aaron C is asking whether SN15 will RUD, and I don't know. Very likely. That was Sololop who was asking about audiobooks. Lego Starship, yeah. Okay, great. I think that if SN15 RUDs, I will once again be pausing my way through all sorts of videos to try to figure out what actually happened. Because I love taking apart events that happened and trying to figure out what really went on. Like that, I've often said before that when things go wrong and things go bad, I'm one of these people that spends my time analyzing and over-analyzing things because it is thoroughly, it makes me feel good. And I'm happy to share these things with you. But I've learned more about rockets from stories about how they failed than basic stories about how they work, right? I think that it's actually understanding how things go wrong is very important to understanding how they're supposed to go right. BFR lifting over 100 tons is mind-blowing. This is RJC, but landing that much mass is another thing. Can it be done? On paper, it can absolutely be done. However, they might have to be very careful about how they stow that much mass. Henry Myers. Oh, Henry Myers is apologizing. Listen, I'm just saying that it's important that everybody... It's important to just, bring the world together, which can be very difficult at times. I wish I could tell you more about the things that I was up to today, but Apple secret stuff, it goes on. That's what happens. Okay. Working on remote joystick control for my scopes. Would love to have you fire up your... Yeah, I would. That would be fantastic. I hear that Red Rhetoric, that's what they do, right? Any thoughts about Virgin Space launching in Brazil? It would make a lot of sense because it would let them launch from near to the equator. That's what I would say. By the way, you did notice when I was talking about the movie Stowaway that I think purely by accident, the director put some data on the screens which corresponded to a launch from Brazil. It isn't mentioned anywhere, but I don't think it's a coincidence that a director who came from Brazil, accidentally made his movie have a rocket launch from Brazil. What do you think? Any update on the EM drive? I think it's been solidly debunked again. That's what I'm going to say. There's a lot of solid debunking of EM drives going on. Okay, so now I got to point this way, like that. There we go. And it tells me... How does this work? Oh, here. What? Do you do this here? Oh, that's what you do. Yes. So this clips on like this. Ah, yes. This is how they do it. So these rails clip in, and this part comes in here. It actually wobbles around, but that's how they get the curve on it. Have I ever... So Andrew McDonald is asking, have I ever read Ignition? I have. I've quoted it many times, and I have a good pair of running shoes ready to go. Wait, Astronomy Live. Astronomy Live's the one that does this. Oh my god, I feel so embarrassed that I forgot. I keep on thinking about getting a telescope and rigging it up like Astronomy Live does. I really do. But then I just realized that I don't have the time and bandwidth to do all this. Also, I do all my laptops run Mac because I'm a Unix nerd, and having my laptops running Mac is very important. And I know a lot of the drivers for these telescopes are not Mac compatible, which is their loss as far as I'm concerned. Okay, Bonsai 138. Hey, have you considered taking another look at Star Citizen? I should definitely take another look at Star Citizen. I am, obviously struggling to find spare time as it is, but I think Star Citizen deserves another look now that they have progressed so far. And I've not been blind to the huge updates that they've continually been putting into their tree. However, I did buy a hard disk, an SSD that was specific for Star Citizen, and it's now full of Kerbal builds. So I'm gonna have to buy another SSD with with enough space to put Star Citizen on. Okay, now where is this thing? I cannot see it. I cannot see where this is. Oh. Man, you ever consider what... Oh, here it is, here, right in front of me. It's really hard to follow with the super chats when you guys are like, when I'm looking at the building. Just checking. Dan Radke has been so amazing, but I really would feel bad if he gave more, so let's not do this. Brazil, my manager at my day job is actually from Brazil, and I want to go to Brazil again sometime. That's all I can say. My wife has spent more time in Brazil than myself, I'll say that. Have you played around with Orbiter at all? Yes, I have. In fact, did you see that I posted a video about a week ago for Yuri's Night? We had a live stream where we basically did the Yuri Gagarin, Vostok 1 in Orbiter, and that entailed, it was me and Amy Shira Title, who we just talked, and we flew Yuri Gagarin's mission. And I've got this piece backwards. So that's actually like a 2-hour stream, and it's really, I'm gonna say, I made a mistake of including the startup because it included the interactions, but there was a lot of technical problems to get started. But once it got started, I thought it was a really good stream. But Orbiter, I totally, if you don't want to pay for Kerbal, you should absolutely pick up Orbiter and have a go at it, because it's free and you can do stuff that's way more realistic than you'll ever do in Kerbal. What you can't do is build the spacecraft by dragging and dropping stuff. How surprised were you when ULA... I was sort of banking on it being late because I had commitments this week that I would have to keep me up here. And I was hoping that it would not be on time so I could actually go down to Vandenberg and watch a Delta IV launch. But Dear, what are you going to do? Curses! Now there's only one more Delta 4 Heavy on the west coast. And yeah, I've seen a few Deltas on the west coast, and it's going to be sad when they stop flying. Deltas are very special. Sad thing, JWST actually may launch before Star Citizen. Oh, wow. That's cruel. I mean, I remember they were talking about releasing in 2012 or something like that, 2014. That damn Tory Bruno, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for that damn Tory. I'm hoping that I get a chance to meet him sometime. I imagine that he would have lots to tell me. I'm not sure what I could tell him. I could probably, come up with some stories about being Scottish or something. You would think we would colonize the moon before Star Citizen gets released? Ooh. Dear, you people. You people. So here we go. This goes like this. Nice. Look, we get a rear end. Right. I like big butts. Also, you know what I really like is the struts for the solar panels are actually the Knights Lances from the 1980s like Lego castle sets. You think that Lego dimensions are accurate? They did a pretty good job. Do I think Arecibo will be rebuilt? Not in the form that it was. It might become something else. I really hope it becomes something else, but a lot of that is going to come down to having advocates in Congress that will push that kind of thing forwards, and that isn't necessarily what people want. The problem with they put it in Puerto Rico because it was close to the equator and because they needed space and but like it was originally a military project. That's one of the reasons why they were able to put Arecibo in Puerto Rico, right? And all these minor territories for the United States have a lot of serious links to the military. They provide a lot of people. And now it's more a science thing. And that's a different argument. Thomas and Fang. Scott, huge fan. I saw a tweet of yours a while ago. I can't get it out of my head. Why didn't the space shuttle launch with the orbiter upside down? It would have prevented... Because it was... Seriously, I was joking. But yes, it would have solved many problems. Okay, I'll to check. So, Rob Davidoff. Do you think interest in updating your Kistler K1? But you can't update videos. That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, Kistler were getting a lot of things right, but simply they were too expensive. Okay, so now it's telling me to put these on. Again, more of these shiny kits. The red side, on the red. This is always a problem that I get videos and I wish I could update them. Because things change, like especially tutorials in Kerbal Space Program, for example. Do you think Starlink will affect astronomy? It already has affected astronomy. Will it affect it as badly as some people are saying? No. Will it cost people money? Yes, it's going to cost people time and money as they either get less use out of their telescope or they have to spend more time working on filtering out stuff. Astronomy will continue. Obviously, astronomy would be better if there were no satellites, but that wouldn't, that's not just Starlink, that's everything, although Starlink is obviously putting a lot up there. And the latest FCC approval means that they will actually be putting the satellites in lower orbits, which will actually reduce the effect somewhat. Okay, so now this is the rear end, the big butts of the Hubble Space Telescope. It took me 5 days. It's very hard. Lego isn't hard. It just takes a long time. And it's really hard to do it when I'm talking with you guys at the same time, you know? Do you know any puns that are out of this world? Oh, man. Just, let's not go there. Let's not go there. Wait a second. Is this a whip? There's actually a whip in here. Seriously. This is official. I think a degree in engineering tends to be more useful for working in the space industry, but I mean, obviously I have a degree in physics because that's what I did. I think that, you know, if you're interested in working in that kind of field, you can find uses for your skills. But getting like a PhD or something is definitely going to push you a step up. And actually just building stuff that will work for you. Patiently waiting. Okay, so this is Jack Kevill. Greetings from Ireland. Which part of Ireland? Want to see Discovery in person. Is there any hardware you want to see? Oh, that's a very good question. I'd love to. I've never seen an X-15. That's one thing I do want to see. I saw the Columbia capsule from Apollo 11. That was kind of cool. It was very cool. Like, I was just looking at so many things. Have you seen the Space Brothers anime? You know what? I haven't. Space Brothers, huh? Okay, so next, look at a little pattern going on here. You see this? Haven't we seen more in space collisions with all the Starlink? Well, Starlinks are actively managed, and that makes a big difference, right? If you are actively controlling these things and able to predict their orbits and adjust them, that is great. If you can't, then you're going to be having trouble with potential impacts and stuff. Why is this black? I think this is supposed to be a different piece than it is. Oh well, whatever. This looks fine. Okay, I'm just going with it. Maybe I'll find the piece that I'm looking for. Now, the whip goes on here, right? And it clicks in there. This is just like, hi, we're just gonna have a whip on the back of the Hubble Space Telescope. There we go. Any advice for coping with college burnout? It's been a difficult semester. I'm gonna say I was terrible. Like, I was totally burned out at the end of my 4th year, and instead of studying for exams, I pretty much played 100% of Mario World, Super Mario World. I neglected studying and just wasted all my time, and I only got a second class, 2-1, upper second in the end. So I could have probably got a first class degree if I'd actually not played Mario World all the way through the last semester. You know, yeah, don't do what I do. I cannot homemade documentaries. I've sort of seen that recommended here and there. Okay, hold on. So I gotta figure out, make sure I'm on the right side here. So this has to go here. Oh, man, isn't this... I love the fact that there's all this detail on the back. I have no idea what half this stuff does, right? But yes, it's great that we've got this. Have you been following along with the news about commercial launch vehicles? I've heard that was on the table, but I haven't heard specifically which ones. So hold on, this has to go here. And now it's telling me to put them down, here, down the side. I see, on both sides. Wow, there's lots of these. Okay, so here we go. Looks to be only 2 more Atlas 5s. Wait, are Atlas... Well, listen, there may be Atlas 5s coming back to the West Coast. Like, we don't know what will happen. Let's say, right? Like, Atlas 5 is going to be around for a good while still. I'm not sure how they're going to handle transitioning the Starliner to it, but they have to, of course, get Starliner working. Look at how shiny that is. That's totally amazing. What do you think about the giant solar array on the moon transmitting energy back to Earth? If you're going to do a giant solar array, why put it on the moon? Put it in geostationary orbit, then it's traveling 10 times shorter distance and it's in 0G, so you don't need to worry about gravity messing up your geometry. Now, here's a cool thing. Actually, I've got to do the other side first, but I'll get to it. I'll show you the cool thing in a minute, because, boy, there's some cool things in this world. This really is a work of Lego art. My wife just got the Apollo lander. I'm excited to build it. Basically never have time. I know, I've actually sat on this for about a week because there's been always stuff going on. But I just sort of basically got to the point where I was like, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's sit, have a beer, talk about space and science. What are the pros and cons of the rectilinear halo orbit? So the whole point about rectilinear halo orbit is that it spends most of the time away from the moon, so that sort of simplifies some of the thermal constraints. But more importantly, it never goes into shadow, so they don't have to worry about it being shadowed by the Earth or the moon. And finally, it gives them easy access to polar orbits, and it takes a very small amount of energy to get in there. And another argument is that because it's very loosely bound to the moon, there are orbits which will allow it to swing past the moon, potentially swing by the Earth, and then kick off to go to Mars and essentially recover that potential energy and convert it into an escape maneuver. So it gives them relatively easy access to Mars. It's not as easy as leaving Earth orbit and going directly to Mars, but if you were to build a Mars spacecraft, it would be, you could argue that was a good place to put it. And it would be even better if you happen to have some way to get propellant from the surface of the moon. Oh wait, I thought these are going to be printed little, blocks with things and numbers. So this thing I'm building is the unit, the instrument that was replaced when they had to service the Hubble Space Telescope. What they did was, the Hubble Space Telescope has like 4 different instruments that go in down the bottom here. So there's the optical train at the top, right? And this opens up and the light bounces down, bounces off a primary mirror and into this thing at the bottom. And then they can move the various instruments into the light beam. Now, when they wanted to fix the mirror, what they did was they modified one of the instruments, and it then had little robotic arms that put tiny correction mirrors into the light path, and that was how they fixed the Hubble Space Telescope. So this is why this is out here, so that it can slide in, and so you can fix the Hubble Space Telescope. There. And this can come out if you want to during the servicing. I love that they did that. Right? Is that not amazing? It's so wonderful. When Ki Te, Singaporean here, I'm sorry about pronouncing your name. Did you ever notice the serial number for Apollo Command Module Columbia and SS Columbia's final mission? I did not notice that. I've never been one that really notices the serial numbers. I will have to look that up. Thanks for the heads up. How likely is the JWST to perform an RUD on launch? Miguel M asks. Very unlikely, because it's flying on an Ariane 5. Ariane 5 is pretty darn reliable these days, and I wouldn't worry about that. The ISS navigates. It controls its attitude so that it always remains parallel. I think I'm supposed to put these on here, and I've forgotten. So I'm just going to put these on now, and if it tells me later to take them off, I shall do that. Oh, or maybe I do have to do something here. I'm only seeing 3, so there's maybe something I got to take off. So I'm going to leave these off for now. Yeah, I am live, and I'm not playing video games. I don't hate stupid people. I hate people that are intelligent, that misuse their intelligence either for evil or for bad things in general. Like, that's really all I have a problem with. Anyway, most things that people think are claimed to be stupid, most people are like, oh, they're stupid. No, frequently that's not the case. Frequently they are smart enough and things, they're just not maybe fully educated in science or something, and they maybe take something that seems logical and misapply it, and that's totally normal, and it happens all the time, even to experts. Listen, I'm a nice guy, right? I don't say many nasty things, although I'm going to say country music. What happened to you? Up until the mid 70s, country music was amazing, and then it just became a parody of itself most of the time. Seriously. I joke. But I not really. Seriously, country music, what happened? We got some solar panels. Let's try and get these out. Oh, look at this. Oh, that feels good. On Mars, solar or nuclear? I think you're probably going to get solar first. That's really what's going to happen. It's just kind of the nature of things. But yeah, there's plenty of things for which nuclear will be the best option, and we're going to have to make those decisions. I would like to see highly enriched uranium used. Not weapons grade, just highly enriched uranium. That is something, above 20%. But apparently the space policy that was signed by the last administration doesn't allow for highly enriched uranium, so that's a problem. If you were offered a ride to space, would I take it? It would depend on who I was flying with, but almost certainly I would take a lot of risks to fly to space. I'll say that. I'm pretty good at assessing vehicles and stuff like that, so I don't have the sort of irrational fear that many people have about all sorts of things. Rexidy is incredibly generous and says, "Hi Scott, hi Rexidy. Thank you for your generosity, let's say. I really hope that you feel that what you're getting is worth it." Yes. What am I going to do here? There we go. I'm just trying to put together the solar panels. So this is the solar panel for those that haven't seen them yet. They are beautiful because they actually roll up. If you think about it, you could make this roll up somehow, which is kind of, nice. Have you heard of solar dynamic power for satellites? Well, there's different kinds. There's, isn't there like tether dynamic power? Anyway. Seriously, like, there's a lot of, I don't know, I'm trying to always be the nice guy. I used to be such a, a-hole. I'll say that. And I recognize it now in my old age. And I've realized that, honestly, it's much nicer to just sort of spread, good news and try to make the world a better place for me and for you and the whole human race. Actually, I don't like Michael Jackson either. Fit like Scott from Josh Norway? What? Yeah, I know that there's a couple of videos I would like to fix, I'll say that. But, I remember actually the first time I got to know Smarter Every Day was when he posted a video about Rendezvous traveling to the space station and he got it backwards. I commented, "Hey, you got this backwards." And the next thing I know, like, he's like DMing me on Twitter and he asked for my phone number and he phones me up. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna get YouTube to fix that." So like, don't get mad when your comment is out of date. But he's been great because he'll like randomly phone me, and last year Like, he totally phoned me in the middle of the day. I was like, Scott, I just got back from a nuclear submarine. I'm like, is Prince Harry his name? What? What? I have no idea what you're talking. Henry Myers? Wait, what? Aren't Lego? Well, Lego is for everyone that loves building things. Could you say Jade Strider is saying? Could I say hi, David? Hi, David. Actually, what I should say, if you really know me, is hello, David. Right? Let's get it right. If he knows me, he'll know that it's a hello.
Hello.
And there's the family getting back. Hi, we're doing building Lego stuff.
You want apple slices?
Apple slices, maybe.
They're
So
good. They're crunchy.
they're crunchy. Okay, I could do that at some point, but I am. So hold on, this opens like this. So I gotta put these on. Look at that. This is feeling so good. Feeling so good. So now I guess you've got to turn these. Oh, okay. So the problem is these things don't turn well.
Let me see. I'll come around the other side.
Yeah. So this is the Hubble Space Telescope, Sky.
Oh, wait.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just.
Look at it. It's beautiful, huh?
Oh my gosh, it's like shiny.
Yeah. This is such a good model.
It's pretty.
It is pretty. It's pretty damn.
Wait, I thought.
Did you know the Hubble Space Telescope is responsible for the deepest images of the universe recorded? Yes, which contains galaxies over 13 billion light years away, which is amazing.
Lucky.
Okay, so I guess
We got lucky.
I've missed something here, right? There's something here that I gotta do that I'm missing.
Lucky Cam.
Oh, this is the. Okay, so actually we do have a problem because I'm missing a piece.
What piece?
I'm missing a shiny piece.
Spray paint.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spray paint my Lego.
It literally looks like spray paint. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spray paint. Oh, there it is in there. They got it. I was wondering about that. Is there something else that I'm missing though?
Oh my gosh.
Like, I've got a whole bunch of little pieces here, and I'm wondering if any of these things are used for something. So this is the Hubble Space Telescope.
Usually you get extras.
Yeah. Look at the sun glinting off those panels.
That's not the sun. That's our lights.
Hey, it's artificial sun.
What? How do you know?
I guess we have a few bits here and there. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. Yes.
Lucky is actually the scared one. In
Is the Lego mirror warped too? Yes, the Lego mirror is warped. And so, Lexington Delta says, hello Scott, hope all is well. Always love your content. Hopefully your Hubble doesn't need a fix for reassembly. It may well need a fix. So, how does this work? It goes in like this. Beautiful. We might have to have an intermission because I think I need to help in with groceries.
No, it's fine. No, this is everything. And they're not groceries, it's like 3 bags of crap from Target.
I see. So you don't need my help then?
No. I think we got...
Well, I guess you get a little more of me.
But we're gonna make noise and...
That's okay. You guys gotta hang out. You just gotta be like part of the thing.
What are you making?
I just built the Hubble Space Telescope, and now I'm gonna build a space shuttle.
This is what I mean.
Fruit by the foot.
Here, you can show
This is the kind of crap that the kids want these days.
Look, I got a Mario plate for... Show 'em.
Super Mario plate.
I don't actually play Mario at all.
Yeah, do you play uke?
It's a Mario plate because I'm going camping and I need a plastic plate.
Yes.
Mario
Sky's a scout, just so you know.
Yeah, you know.
Not a Girl Scout, a scout that is a girl.
Scouts
Right?
say
Boy
good.
Scouts allow girls.
Now.
You forgot the 2x2 on the inside of the door. This? Yeah, this maybe? That seems about right.
Lucky about dinner, right?
He did.
It's just
There we go.
angling
get
for
fed?
more.
Kitty's got fed?
How the hell did someone see that? I know. I think you're right. It's super hidden in various places. But now we got to work on the actual space shuttle. Space shuttle Discovery. Oh my lordy! I'm getting excited now. Okay. So my nose is a little sniffly, but we have to put this somewhere safe. It's so pretty. Sorry about the noise in the background, but it's necessary.
Well, you're the one who set up next to the kitchen.
I am the one that set up next to the kitchen because of its glorious table space. So Nicholas Williams is asking, what level of about Dear Moon, what level of development would I want to see on Starship before you'd be comfortable flying on one? I'll tell you what, I would be comfortable if they flew people up on the Dragon and docked the Dragons to the Starship and then took that to the moon.
I thought you were gonna make me dinner. No.
No, I decided to have the Gravlax instead. I just things. Orion wasn't having the dinner, so I decided to, not make dinner and have leftovers. I'm getting in trouble.
Because I haven't said hello to your audience.
Okay.
Hello.
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 We're doing live Lego.
All right.
Bag 4. Isn't it pretty? Hubble Space Telescope.
It is pretty.
Meccano is still a thing actually because I think engineers sometimes use it.
Came up to dinner. Oh,
Orion actually had got some Meccano as well.
we're there now.
An avocado?
Meccano is like it's like Lego, but it's not. It's bolts and nuts and bolts and struts. Yeah, Orion has some.
Oh.
How do I think the Raptors on SN15 will perform? It sounds like they'll perform a whole lot better. We've seen that they didn't replace them. So actually, it says bag 4, but I think there must be another bag with the part.
That's such a big
Here we go. This is what I was looking for. What?
You just built this, not
It's
this.
such a big box.
You built just this, not this.
You've seen this space shuttle, haven't you?
Oh yeah, it's on DC.
Yeah, I think Discovery's the one in DC, right?
Yeah, I think we confirmed this.
Sky got to go to DC as part of her school.
Yeah,
So-
every 8th grader gets to do it. It was very fun.
Yes.
I think that was one of the funnest things, but
Okay.
it was like immediately before the airport. They just stopped there.
Oh wow, you're from Helensburgh in Scotland. I've been there. At the moment, it's a Columbia model. Hey, listen, seriously. At the moment, it's an N1 model. I was. Oh, dried strawberries. Hello.
Not bad.
Right, itchy nose suddenly.
You are allergic to cats and live in a household.
Okay, this is where I'm gonna try and put this in the middle. Okay, so I did put it, it's not quite in the middle, but there we are. Discovery.
Oh my god. Oh my god, look how thick that book is.
Yes, I know. Look how far we're into.
That's like a
There's like
that's
17 bags of stuff here.
that's a book.
It isn't a book, it's a tome. A tome!
I don't know what that is.
It's just like a very thick book.
A thick book.
Yeah. Do you know who Billy Connolly is?
No.
He's a famous Scottish comedian. And I just remember him talking about his daughter getting her PhD, and he's like, she had to write a tome! Not just a book, a veritable tome! It's like... Billy Connolly...
writing a 6-page essay. And it's only 6 pages because of how it's formatted. I know it is.
yeah.
Basically, your essay looks like so many pages.
Well, that's cool. What's your essay about?
Technology, capitalism, and ableism. and how
Okay.
they mix.
Just be careful, you're going to trigger some people in the chat that are offended by words like that.
Wait, what are they?
The title is Capitalism, Ableism, and what's the last one? Technology. A terrible mix.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, you know.
Oh, can I have some gravel?
You could totally have the gravel axe. That's why I left some behind. I had the gravel axe. I had salmon gravel axe for dinner.
Fancy crackers.
Yes. I'm looking for... Oh, that's what happens here, sorry. There we go. Beautiful. Is that the Hubble Space Telescope? Yes, it is. Maybe I can put this up here for now so we can appreciate
Be
just how
careful.
beautiful it is. Yeah, don't knock it over.
Careful.
Yeah. Words don't trigger. Exactly. Exactly. Some people get triggered by words like that.
I'm sorry, what was the word again?
Oh, we'll say them again. Capitalism, ableism, technology.
Yeah.
I'm getting triggered by the word technology.
Yeah, totally.
Well, those words are used often, so
Yes, I know.
it's kind of too bad that you were triggered by those.
Yeah, that's basically it.
You'd be upset every day.
And cry daily.
Why can't... Oh, wait, of course. Once again, I'm looking for this piece, and it's here.
You think Lucky could be a space dog?
He actually is about the right size to be a space dog,
He
yes.
looks like he could be, I don't know. Something.
Good morning from Helsinki. What's the estimated construction time for the shuttle? I don't know. I think we might be done not even close to tomorrow.
Which shuttle?
This whole shuttle. Yes, it's a
This
huge...
is gonna take a week.
This is us just building the base for the shuttle. I'm hoping we get to some of the shuttle.
He literally just built the telescope. I don't know how long this has been going. This looks like it's gonna take.
It tells you it's been going 106 minutes.
God, I'm nearsighted. I can't read anything that's happening at all.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is what we're looking for. 2 of these. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta look for these pins. There's all the super chats coming in. Dan Schwartz is saying, I bought the same set 2 weeks ago and still haven't put it together. It's awesome you're building it. Yes, it is. David Roby, besides political pressure, why Gateway when we could have 2 lunar starships? Gateway makes a lot of sense if you're in the position of NASA that is trying to do something. Boom Bang Crash just says Boom Bang Crash. Thank you.
Best super chat yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's not even the best one. Let me tell you.
No. There's no comment.
Hello. Use this to buy Sky something cool. She deserves it for being on the stream. Uh-oh.
I just got a ton of cool things from Target. So.
Okay, tell us what you got from... Lin Yan Chen says, Merry Christmas, Mr. Manley. May you dream of giant robots always. What about the pink robots?
Pink robots.
Yoshimi versus the pink robots?
Best song. So
Thomas Anfang is going to be seeing the reopening of the Discovery. That would be cool.
That's neat.
John Dupker says, you've got a hell of a nice family. That's great, because I married one and we sort of made the others.
All right, not here.
Yes.
And when
At the
we
moment,
stole
it's-
this one off the street.
Yeah. And this one followed us off the street, yes. I have a Labrador dog. She's 72.8 pounds. I wonder if she can travel in a rocket to low Earth orbit. Yes, anything that can carry a human. People in so that was Bruce Alford saying, people in Denmark have tried to convince the government to use old Lego to repave their highways. Sadly, they're running into roadblocks. It's a pun.
They need.
Ha!
We could probably fill a street.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we
The
could...
Bay Area is just constant road work. All of it.
You know, Lego would actually make a pretty good...
I don't know, probably.
It would make a pretty good material
I
for
keep
building
seeing these,
roads,
like,
because it
videos
would
of
absorb
people
energy.
True. I keep seeing these videos of people making like not stretchy, but like flexible Lego
Uh-huh.
pieces. It's so cool. They're making like circles and like triangles.
Are they printing them, or
No,
they're building?
The way they construct them, they just like kind of bend in a curve,
Uh-huh.
which is so cool. And they also made like a flexible one. It's very neat.
Lego.
People who know how to do things with Lego are so smart. So smart.
It's fascinating because there's so many pieces, and then they introduce like a new piece, and suddenly there's a bunch of people that are like, oh, I know new things I can do with this piece. There's a sort of wonderful
It's
inventiveness that
one of
goes
the
with
best
it.
toys you can give kids. I swear. I mean, from a creativity standpoint, stepping on it.
Yes.
You saw their fake smart blocks or whatever?
Thanks for leaving me like a couple of inches of space to eat my dinner.
Wow, this is a really interesting piece. It's like, it's
Those are
gonna.
on the spaceships, right? Wait, can I see it?
What, this one?
Yeah, these are on spaceships a lot.
I've
On,
never
like,
seen that one.
on like spaceships or similar shaped ones. Those are on like a lot of like space sets.
Interesting. I've never seen a piece like that before. I'm sorry, you can move that. Your paper sounds great. That title would pique your interest more than nearly anything else. We need that kind of analysis in our modern world.
I got
That is
108
Q-Quad.
out of 100.
That's good.
I'm very proud of you.
Oh, flight termination system. Apparently, Stephen Churchill is saying the flight termination system is being installed, and I'm presuming he's referring to SN15 down in Boca Chica.
I
So-
know what that is.
What?
I know what that is.
SN15 or Boca Chica?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on in Boca Chica? Are you expecting the Boca Chica boom boom?
Boca,
Is it near Boca
that's a
Raton?
character from Five Nights at Freddy's, right?
Uh-oh.
Oh, excuse me, that was my tea.
Hank very presumptively jumped up on the chair.
Yes. What the hell?
I'll take Tank.
Well, this is interesting. Oh, wow.
Lucky you
Oh,
lost
he's
your
just a
spot.
bag.
Hey.
There's a bag.
There's a bag where? Oh, there we go.
I'm
So,
by the bag.
I'm having so much trouble keeping up with the super chats. It's really fascinating.
Look how big he is. My friends always marvel at how big Tang is. It's wild.
He's a big boy.
He's so big.
He's chunky.
Oh, he's chunky.
He's not chunky.
He's chunky, but he's also just very
He's
big.
just big, yeah.
He's
Well,
chunky,
Big
but
and
he's also
long.
really big, yeah.
When he gets in bed, he takes up like a quarter of the bed.
Yeah. People are asking if I'll get on NASA spaceflight stream. If there was a time in the day, and they invited me, and I wasn't in a meeting because I'm obviously committed to day job stuff, I would totally join streams. I should probably do that sometime, but again, there's always stuff going on. I'm excited. I am excited. Uh-oh. Kitty is looking for Lego.
I don't think he would eat them. I think he would try. He's a very
I think he
dumb
would
cat.
knock them around
Oh.
and stuff would go flying,
yeah,
and
no,
we'd be
he-
like on the floor. Where's the Lego?
Yeah, you throw him a hair tie and he literally plays with it for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, they
I'll
have.
be like, hey, can I get my hair tie back?
Oh, right. Random is saying they have the Lego Mars research shuttle to build tomorrow. That's a
Ooh.
fine set. I sort of like those, although they're kind of stylized, but I think they're good things for kids.
The ones, my favorite ones are like making like tiny ships out of like colorful blocks. It's
Yeah.
just so cute.
So
Yes.
the solar panels are curved?
On this one? No,
I
they're
mean,
they're
they're
they're,
not-
they're roll out. They sort of roll out, so they're a little thin. They're,
Oh.
this
Are
is
they-
the
wait,
Hubble Space
like, are they
Telescope.
meant to
Flat.
be?
What?
They would
And
be
like the
definitely
design,
flat.
they roll out.
Yes, they actually unroll.
And do they often unroll, or did they just unroll?
They
when it
unroll
first got
once
up
when
there?
they're yeah, they're rolled up for
How often
for
does
transport.
it go up?
Well, it went up once, and
Oh,
but then they
okay.
replaced the solar panels partway through its mission with a new set.
How do you?
So
Did they
in
just-
real life,
They
they
f-
roll up?
It didn't deploy again.
No, they flew up with a space shuttle and replaced the solar panels, and then the new ones
What?
rolled out. And they're going to do the same on the space station.
That's wild.
Wait, do you mean they roll them out like they roll out
Yes.
something new?
Like a-
or
Yes,
Like a
no,
yoga mat?
literally
they're
Like a yoga
rolled
mat?
up as a roll of material.
Like a fruit
It is
Guys,
exactly that.
It comes full circle. We bought the fruit roll-ups for an actually important reason, not just because I wanted them.
Give
Right.
those back.
Wow.
Thank you.
They're very good. They're way more expensive at Trader Joe's. They're like $5 for like 3 of them.
Yeah, because Trader Joe's is doing the more fancy ones.
Really?
I think those.
I would
taste
like to see
exactly
this
the
set
same.
Those
into.
taste fancy.
I'm sure there will be mods made for the various sets to make them look like different things. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get something done here. What's my?
Actually, you can open them. I don't know. What is that?
That's the cover. They would fold up, open it out to let you see the thing. What you can do is you can take out the instrument that's in here that they replaced.
Instrument? Wait, how do
There's
you,
a gizmo in there
how do you
that
take this? Okay, wait. Take it off the box.
Does it have a cup holder?
I think this is there. There you go. Like this
Okay.
comes out.
I have nails.
Okay.
I have longer nails than you.
So Q Claude is asking, what's my favorite non-crewed probe mission ever launched?
Wait.
I'm with you actually. I think Cassini-Huygens was amazing because it was the last big mission like that.
I was gonna say that too.
Do you know where Cassini-Huygens went, or are you just like joking?
I'm joking.
Scott, how often can you tell that we're joking when we say we know something or agree with you on space things? We know nothing about space, like at all.
Oh, I
Okay,
know about space. It's really big.
it
Yeah,
is.
hence the name space.
Think you'll never guess how, unimaginably
big,
huge
and it's
space
really-
is.
There's no.
cold.
Is there an edge to space?
It's really, really cold.
No,
There isn't an edge to space.
there's no edge to space.
Is it because we can't see it?
I mean, there's a thing that we might consider the edge of us getting into space.
What?
Like,
Oh, like in our atmosphere?
yeah, you might consider that a
Okay,
certain
but like space
out
as
to
a
infinity.
whole.
Yeah, no,
Is it because we haven't seen it, or because
it's because
it
it's
doesn't
been
exist?
carried beyond our cosmic horizon. The universe is expanding too fast for us to be able to see
How
the edge of
fast is it
space.
expanding?
Near the speed of light at that point.
What?
So you haven't had any dinner.
I
You
had
had some broccoli?
No, it smells weird.
Broccoli?
Are you? Oh
That
wow!
smells weird. I can smell it from here.
Why can't I find this thing? Ah,
What are you looking for?
it's a thing. I'm looking
What
for a
is? Point
thing.
it out to me, and I can.
One of these.
Those?
Another one of these.
Right here.
Ah, there you go. No, it's not. It's
Yeah.
going to be the one that's the other side.
The other side.
It's going to have studs.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Here,
There, you see? Knew it.
Scott. I found it within like 3 seconds.
So, yeah, Cassini was the one that went to Saturn, and it was a really big mission. One of the last big missions. They stopped doing big missions.
What order is the Saturn? What's Saturn in the
Right,
universe?
just too-
in the
too expensive.
solar
Saturn's
system?
after Jupiter.
Too much
That
red
doesn't
tape?
mean anything to me.
No, it was just like putting too many eggs in one basket, and it was a big
okay.
risk. But it was a really successful mission. Like, there was nothing like it. There's probably not going to be anything like it again, because there are now smaller, simpler probes. Okay.
Make it pink.
Oh yeah, no. This goes on here. Look at this. Da da
This
da.
is just the base.
This is just the base. Look at that.
What's the best space food?
Ice cream.
I saw that they have sriracha mayo on the
I think their
space
spaghetti
station.
would be good. I think
With the
their
ice cream
spaghetti would
good?
be good.
Spaghetti? Oh, that sounds disgusting.
Why? Well,
Spaghetti in space?
I think their spaghetti would be good.
Good.
I don't like that you have to eat
Reconstituted
tortillas
spaghetti?
on everything.
What? Spaghetti is literally a reconstituted food. You add water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the sauce. Is the sauce
Reconstituted
built in?
sauce would be. Yeah. Well,
it
you've
separate?
seen the machines that they do. It's like there's like I don't know, like you press it and it fills with hot water. It's not like freeze dried for everything.
But I mean, yeah, pasta is literally dried and reconstituted.
Pasta.
El Carney, another super chat, is saying, "Love your videos. What are my thought? Wait a sec. I hope this is plugged in. Yes. What's my thought on the Vasimir engine? Oh, you plan to work for Ad Astra here in Costa Rica? That's great. I think the Vasimir engine is an engine that is sort of looking for a problem to solve. I think it is fantastic that it can do both, weak and powerful, let's say. And I think ultimately the research it's doing is very important to long-term propulsion development. But yeah, I think that it may not ultimately fly in space, but I think that its work will inform whatever finally does. I think that it's very important for people to be working on these kind of advanced concepts. Okay, now I got to build the base for this. So this is what the thing's going to sit on. Lots going on here. So
Mac and cheese would probably be good.
mac and cheese in space, totally.
Oh yeah, because box mac and cheese exists, right?
Yes, it does.
What else? Do they have Nutella in space? Do you know?
They do. I've seen them with Nutella in space, although it might be a
Nutella.
special delivery. So like,
I wonder if they have banana chips.
do you know how many
'Cause then
people
you
are in
could,
space right now, Sky?
11. Did you say 11?
Yeah, I did say that.
Ah, yeah. I have a good memory.
They were supposed to be coming home, but the weather's not going to support coming home.
Get extra.
Q Claude is asking, what upcoming potential missions are am I most excited? I'm excited about Dragonfly. Yes, no, I'm really excited. I was excited when I first heard about the concept of Dragonfly. I built it in Kerbal Space
What's
Program.
Dragonfly?
It's a helicopter that flies on the moon of Saturn called Titan. And so Titan has a really thick atmosphere, and so it's sort of unique in the solar system as a place where they could do this.
How big is that? Is that the size of a normal helicopter?
It's a nuclear powered flying robot.
Nuclear powered?
Yes, it's going to be nuclear powered because
Do things
there's
that
not
go
enough sun
that
out there.
far have to be nuclear powered?
Yeah, because there's not enough sun. So they're wanting to send a nuclear powered flying robot to Titan in the 2030s.
Wait, 30s?
Yes, I know they're already planning this
30s
far
like
out. 2036. It'll get
36?
there. Yeah.
36 is a good number.
Yeah, but it's a long way away.
I really like the number 6 though. It's the cube of 6.
Six is a perfect number. You know that.
I like 7 better. And,
Okay, but 6 is a perfect number. You know that, right?
Why is it perfect?
Because if you take its factors, then oh wait, I got to do this here.
Huh?
Shit, I'm missing this part. So,
Now I'm thinking we should have gotten that nail polish, that blue one.
Oh, look at that nail polish.
so perfect number is if you take all its factors and add them up, you get the number. So the factors of 6 are 1, 2, and 3. You add those up, you get 6.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was noticing with hours, 60, like it's divisible.
60 is prime factors are
What
everywhere.
1 through 5, well 1 to 6.
That's-
You can divide it all, which I find really neat.
That's called a highly composite number, right? That means it has a lot of factors. 12 is 6 is 1, 12 is 1. Oh yeah, I'm going to need to do some exercise. Do you think the world would react to a contact-style communication between an advanced civilization? I think it would be all over social media, and people would be doing. I don't know. Do you think that So Scan Reader is saying, do you think Elon is going on SNL to promote Lunar Starship? No, I think he's going to talk about memes. It's going to be Elon just doing his meme stuff. He might be talking about Dogecoin.
He's like a rich redditor. That's like the essence of Elon Musk.
There's some truth to that.
Are you a what?
Rich redditor.
And here's the thing, there are quite a few rich Redditors, let me tell you.
Well, now there are.
Oh, I got this backwards. Ugh. There we go. That's the thing. So I got this backwards. That's fine. I figured it out beforehand.
Wasn't Reddit where they did that whole financial scam?
Yes.
Financial scam?
Scam?
No. Financial plan.
Plan.
No, I thought
It was not a scam.
they tricked somebody into thinking the stock. They raised the price of the stock. Wasn't that
GameStop.
Yeah, you have to do a little more reading.
Yeah, it's not a scam at
I
all.
just forgot.
Although, I think people ran out some different stories to try and make it look like it may not be as successful as they thought. Love your comments on
But it
Pound
did
Space.
start out, it was Reddit, right?
It was
Okay.
Reddit.
DM. Yes. I wish I could talk more about what we discussed there. Okay, look, we got a stand. Stand in the place where you were. Now face north.
How
don't-
can you not love Fruit by the Foot? It's so good.
REM. Remember them?
REM. I
They're a
remember.
band.
I like them.
So I guess I got to do this with both of these.
If I put Parmesan cheese on this, will you eat it, Sky?
No.
What?
My
making some
dinner is
pasta?
all sugar, Amy.
I'm gonna have. That's 9 o'clock.
Do a couple running around the house.
Do a couple of running around the house. What?
Yeah, just run around the house.
I might have to do that.
Couple of laps.
Do a couple of laps. I'm sort of live. I don't think we're gonna get all the way through the space shuttle.
You can hold up your camera, right? You can just run around.
Yes, I could go running out. And last night, Lucky went nuts in the middle of the night because there was a coyote right outside
oh my God,
our window
I got
howling.
woken up by that.
I could hear it moving around like and howling.
It was only one.
It was only one, yeah.
It was only one. Occasionally, okay, for like the past couple nights in the summer, there was this family of raccoons that would go through a hole in our fence and just like randomly do stuff.
Yeah.
It was so cute. I would always like turn on my camera to look at them, and I would put on my glasses. I never wear my glasses. I would put on my glasses to look at them because they're so cute.
Don't do what Sky does with glasses.
No, don't. Wear your glasses. This is your reminder. Or take off your glasses.
So I heard the coyotes, one coyote can make it sound like there's several coyotes.
Really?
How?
Oh, actually,
I don't know.
yesterday morning I went out to look at Lucky, and there was animals out there, and it was like a family of deer,
Oh my
but they were
God.
chasing a coyote. Like the coyote was moving fast,
If
and
you
then the
think
deer were
about
running
it.
after it.
If you think about it, if there's like 7
Yeah.
deer and there's like 1 coyote.
Yeah, it was kind of wild.
Yeah, but also so
Like literally wild.
It was wild.
the raccoons would go over to like by like the pool and they would like scoop up water and drink it, and they had like a little fight and one fell in. It was so cute. I love nature.
There. I know this is so exciting. We're slowly creating a stand for the space shuttle.
Whoa. I think you could create the shuttle and then after create the stand. I don't think you have to do it in order.
Yeah.
Look at all these pretty nail polishes we tried. We got none of them. We got a boring, plain, opaque red color.
Yeah. Well, anyway, next I gotta build this. You would think I would put these on here, but no. I think some of the build instructions are a little out of order here in my mind.
They put the boring stuff first so you can like end on a fun note,
Oh, maybe.
But
Sometimes
then,
it's
like you don't like end on a fun note.
fun is a
because you have to
relative term.
You are playing with Lego, Scott. This is clearly not.
Lego.
This is.
What?
There are 315 pages.
Yes,
bit
I've
more
got
than-
300 pages left to go.
So many
This is
pages.
definitely going to be more than one night.
It's gonna be like.
I guess I'm going to have to come back, maybe not
Probably.
tomorrow night, but I do want to get this done. I'm excited. So, okay, what do you do here? Oh, this has another, we have another one that goes here. Here it is. Look at that. So you put this on and it creates this nice dark, looks like a monolith.
You can tell.
Looks
that-
like it's on a stand of hewn out of obsidian. There you go. Ooh.
Try this broccoli skin.
I
Just
don't want-
one piece. Look, it's good. It has butter, cheese, garlic,
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have
some
some.
red pepper.
Sky bringing back grunge. Are you bringing back grunge, Sky?
It is by far not a grunge look. I like grunge fashion, but I
Well,
also like
Apparently,
candy.
I missed the bit where I put.
Look at my bracelets, my candy bracelets. One says Scene Queen and one says Piracy.
I
What's
just
that?
realised I haven't put the bits on here.
It smells like bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah. This broccoli is good.
Uh-oh.
I told you.
I just didn't want to get up.
Huh?
I just didn't want to get up.
You gotta
What?
eat something healthy.
That's a myth, Amy.
No, seriously, you don't feel good if you want to eat something nutritious.
You don't want to go like blind. Oh wait.
Mm.
You can't eat nothing but processed food.
Are you a time traveler from the 90s, Sky?
90s.
Yeah, that's what they're asking.
I'm the ghost of a Victorian child who drowned.
There you go.
There you go.
So it's the 1890s.
That explains everything.
This, in fact, is my dad's shirt. It's a long sleeve button up.
I have these things.
I also got my dog.
She steals my clothes all the time.
I used to have yellow laces on them, but I've been wearing a lot more just plain dark clothes, so I changed them back.
They come to this channel for that kind of information.
Yes, I
They
know.
come
It's
to
like
this
we could be
channel
talking
for
about
my
rocket
job.
science. Does anyone actually have some rocket science questions that we can address?
I have very fun earrings.
We could talk about specific impulse or,
No.
you know, rocket fuel combinations. I'm personally a fan of, of methane locks, but you know. Did you know that there was
Well, tell us about space love stories.
Ooh, well,
You can tell them about lovers in a dangerous space-time.
that's a
Very
fantastic game. Yeah, lovers and
It's really hard to play, though, because I don't like playing games with other people where you have to work together.
yes. So, but someone's asking about Derek Wright is asking because he's paying to ask. Have I played Simple Rockets 2? And I have, and I like the thing about Simple Rockets 2 I really like is that you have the ability to program it, and it's a fun, cool thing, and I like being able to do it on iPad.
Oh, yeah.
So I should probably do that more.
You want to bite?
My friend thought he could use diesel as a fuel. Diesel is probably not a good thing as a rocket fuel because it's too hard to combust. Yeah, the carbon chains are too long.
Is that beneficial in some
Number
way?
5.
5 out of how many?
So someone's asking, Brian Gleason is asking about Raptors, the Raptor engines. Do you know what this is?
Nope.
Raptor
Sounds
engines.
like a good name.
Yeah, they're the engines that SpaceX are using on their new rocket design. And they've not been working.
Are they hostile?
Well, they have been involved in some really big explosions. But that doesn't mean they're hostile, they just might be not able to keep up with what's being asked of them. Yeah, so they made some changes to the recent one, and I think it's a really good sign that they did a couple of tests and they didn't swap any out. But I don't know exactly what changes they've made, right? There's a lot of detail in there.
I'll take that.
12 more bags to go, I know.
Don't say I never did nothing for
12
you.
more bad?
Yeah, 17 bags.
17. I hate that number. I love the number
So
27.
how many parts does this thing have?
About 2,500. 2354.
2, 3, 5, 5, 4. You want some broccoli? I'm gonna eat it all if you don't. If you don't.
Ah, give me.
This is really good broccoli. Are you gonna want more than one bite? Because I really like
Can't
it.
eat broccoli like that in space.
Losers.
You don't get your fresh broccoli up in the space station.
That'd be the worst part.
What,
Because
not
then
having
what
fresh...
It's not a popular thing.
What if you come back and you like are too sensitive to the flavors of fresh food?
Well,
right?
you know, one of
This
the...
does not occur
Actually,
with like apples.
no, actually the big problem they have is they lose a lot of their sense of the smell and taste. So they're like, please send us hot sauces. And there's a recent photo of them all having dinner, and there's just like a bunch of condiments out there.
Yeah. Maybe
'Cause-
NASA just doesn't season their food well.
No, I mean that they're continually asking for more seasoning. That's the thing. The astronauts are asking for more.
Okay. That
See,
means
one of the reasons you lose your sense of smell is
there's
that
no air.
no,
so, like,
it's because there's no gravity and all your mucus gets stuck up in your nose and blocks your sense of smell.
They sniffly all the time.
They have a blocked nose a lot of the time. Yeah,
No, I couldn't do that.
you know, not everyone's cut out to be an astronaut.
I don't want it to be. That's fine.
Why not? You've met way more astronauts than most people your age.
That doesn't mean I want to be one. I like them. It's fun. But I like microbiology on Earth.
Simtal, I don't know why the Buran wouldn't have had ejector seats in later versions. The problem is the Buran didn't last long enough to get later versions. I mean, basically the early versions were uncrewed. So we'd be looking for that, you know. For all Raptor issues so far, a new FFC being pushed flight so quickly, I feel it's impressive. There must be learning tons. Yes, well, learning is learning stuff, learning not to do things. I think it would be great to name the gateway after Michael Collins. I think it's just more a case of him dying at a certain time. I do remember about the Hubble defect being announced. I was very disappointed because I would just got into astronomy like at the university when that was announced. I was actually at University of Glasgow. I was like, no! Actually feeling like bad. Okay. I have to put these in first before I go any further. Huge respect for microbiology. Yes, there's a lot of respect to be had for anyone working in any field of science. Story Musgrave's pretty amazing. I love to tell a story about how Story Musgrave, hold on. Yeah, Story Musgrave, how on his final flight, he basically stood up in the cabin of the space shuttle all the way through re-entry because he wanted to look out the rear window and he wouldn't be able to do it. When Starship becomes operational, do you think SpaceX will retire the Falcon Heavy? I think the Falcon Heavy will be around as long as there are customers wanting it, and I think there'll be a lot of customers wanting that before they retire it, basically. I was suggesting that in early flights, they might be customers who want to fly on Starship only in orbit, only to the moon, you know? Because they may not trust the re-entry capabilities of, you know, Starship. But if they have a fully working Dragon, that might mean they can, you know, fulfill their promise to Yasaka Maezawa by flying them up on the Dragon. It's only bad for the environment if you dump it. Don't toss out your Lego, recycle it, pass it on to someone who will love it and adore it.
It lasts.
Yeah.
Forever.
Don't throw your Lego in the trash.
Honestly, it's probably could be a microplastic.
How are the solar arrays can resist the aero forces? I don't know exactly what they're covered in, but I'm presuming that there's like a transparent layer on top of them that protects them. And it's just, you know, it's a very smooth surface, so the aero forces are actually very light. But I don't actually know what what kind of shocks they're being subject to. Okay, so we need number 5. Do this. Do this. Wait. Do this twice, okay. 2 questions. Will Rocket Lab be a significant competitor with SpaceX with Neutron? Are you familiar with Sean Carroll? I don't know Sean Carroll off the top of my head, but I'm going to say I think Rocket Lab are actually in a better position to license their rocket to. Is that okay?
Yeah.
They're in a better position to license their rocket to Northrop Grumman.
Paper dough.
Okay, what is going on here? I see. So this goes like this. This is going to be part of the actuator system. There's too many messages coming through. Yikey. Will Wren, I meant the wrapping. Sam Carpenter, does SLS feel like the end of an era to you? I know I'll be feeling nostalgic for it even on Artemis 1.
What's SLS?
I think SLS, I like to think of SLS as Delta 5 because it's still using the Delta 4 second stage.
What's this noise?
The Space Launch System, also known as the Senate Launch System.
Okay, SLS can also be a sulfate.
A sulfate?
Sodium sulfate.
Yeah, it could actually.
It's bad for your hair.
Oh, good to know. I'll be wary
Yeah,
of
take
putting
note
it in
of
my
it.
hair.
Take note of it. You can never be too careful with those eyebrows.
Yes.
Is that what got you into trouble, honey?
What?
The SOS?
SLS?
Sodium lauryl stuff.
That's probably it.
You lost all your hair because of it.
It's terrible. Cautionary tale.
They're actually holding his hair ransom.
So, PEA is asking why high test peroxide is still used in newer rocket startups because it's incredibly easy to work with, other than being, dangerous. You just pass over a catalyst and it generates steam, which is kind of pretty benign and it's easy to control. So that's why startups do it. To the extent that Peter Beck was able to build, rocket roller skates. I mean, there's got to be something to be said for a teenager being able to build rocket roller skates. All the same, don't be.
That's a little dangerous.
Well,
The ideas. I already have the skate part.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have your expertise.
Rocket powered skateboards. He built a rocket powered bike as well.
Very cool.
You know hydrogen peroxide? You guys know what that is, right?
It's bad. Don't put it on your cuts.
Yeah.
It'll hurt.
You can make rocket fuel from it, although you need a lot.
Yeah, people use it to clean up blood.
Yeah, why would you not use it to clean up blood?
Well, no, you can use it to clean up blood. It breaks down the blood, but don't put it on your cuts because the same reason it's good for cleaning up blood is it's bad for putting on your body.
I see.
It will literally fizzle when it interacts with your blood.
Nice. Fizzle.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I always like them.
Topher Schultz is saying, thanks for being so informative and inspirational for all of us. Please never stop or we'll RUD. I will try to keep it going. My favorite Star Trek series, Q Claude is asking, is Deep Space Nine. I'm sorry, I think the overarching narrative of Deep Space Nine is my favorite. But it never really got going until the third season. Lee Chen is talk. Basically, I'm not getting to anything but the super chats, which is a shame. There's so much going on here, and there's so many good questions I would love to get around to. Don't worry, I'm going to be building this for a while, and I will probably certainly have to come back tomorrow or some other day to complete this beast of a set. This.
You could do a time lapse of that.
I could, except that it's.
Maybe you just do a time lapse of building the actual thing. You don't have to do.
I'm just gonna take a look at what's uploaded to YouTube and download it, and then turn it into a time lapse. That's what you do, right? See, rather than recording this. Oh, this is another interesting piece. Look at that. All right, it's like a.
God, what is this?
What?
Sorry, what's this thumbnail?
It's me showing off the set. What? What? What is so crazy about that? She's giggling at the thumbnail. She's
The
like,
way I don't know, the way you're smiling is so.
I'm so damn proud of this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh.
It's just so funny to me.
Good. I never have a problem with making people laugh. Okay, we have little. Oh, this is the landing gear. We're making the landing gear. Cool.
God, do you want some? I know you don't like root beer, but it's a root beer float and it's vanilla and ice
Yeah,
cream.
no, I don't want root beer. Root beer is not my thing.
Root beer floats are so good.
Okay, good. You can do that, but I'm not doing that. Oh yes, these go in. Wait. Oh, this goes through like this. Da da da. What do you about this crazy Mars trajectory where you actually fly to
Wow.
Venus for a gravity assist? Well, the whole point about this is that it's either on one leg or the other. You fly by Venus, and it cuts down the amount of time because you can. It basically means you have to wait less time for the planets to align for a return, or going there or return, depending upon which leg you choose it on. But the problem is then your spacecraft needs to be able to handle the thermal, environment at Venus, which is a lot harder than building a spacecraft that goes to Mars, for example. So that is what that's all about.
Q-Quad.
Q-Quad.
Scott does annoy me with astronomy stuff, but in the end, I quite enjoyed it. It's very fun to learn about. I think we both have a love for science, although I'm more of a biology lover, and he's more of a space lover. But
Yes.
it does come in handy. Whenever I do a video thing, he always is doing the video editing for me. I never have to do any of that stuff.
Well, you still have to do it, but you don't have to worry.
I still have to do it, but it's a lot less work.
Yes, there's.
And also, any science stuff, very...
I'm always there.
Yes, very good. Same with math. Gods.
Yeah, math is good.
Math is very fun. But once you start, geometry is terrible. I hate geometry.
Yeah, Ian Brow's just saying, why not redesign star/moonship to land on its belly so disembarkation is easier? I think the main thing is if you do that, then it puts the engines back close to the surface, and that may not work. But also it makes lifting off potentially harder. Either way, I still think that they should investigate it, but I don't, I think that they have many reasons for not wanting to do it. NASA may have some ideas. The loudest sound pressure I've heard, that's a good question. I mean, I've been pretty close to launch sites. I've heard, I've actually been close to terrorist bombs in Northern Ireland, but the coyotes are going out there.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
They are really going. Okay. Yep, you can just about hear the coyotes howling.
Oh my gosh.
Would I fly in the first
So
flight?
loud.
Yeah, I would totally fly on New Shepard.
Do
I
they
don't
get
have
louder
any.
in the summer?
They do. I think.
The exciting thing this summer is that the cicadas are coming out of the ground.
Yes.
Well, that's the East Coast.
No, it's here too. Haven't you heard them? It's already happening.
I can't.
They make like a clicking.
Yeah, I thought
I
they
know,
make that
but no.
every year.
No, they. 17 years.
They live in the ground.
Yeah, but we
How
have.
do they know? It's so weird.
How do they?
You know, if I wasn't so scared of bugs, I might have gone into etymology. Entomology? I love that word so much.
Entomology?
Entomology is such a good word.
Etymology.
Etymology or entomology?
Entomology. Like the study of bugs.
Insect.
Bugs, okay.
Insects, bugs.
Rather than etymology, the study of words.
Etymology, yes. Okay, I love
Said
both of them.
that.
Both of them are very good words, and I love both of them.
So Colin Marillion is asking, do I think SpaceX will figure out how to have artificial gravity on Starship? And they might if it suits their long-term plans. I think that it's very easy to sling starships together and do that if they want to. But I think that will be much, much later, further down the line.
I'm used to calling my parents by their first names because I talk to my friends.
'Cause
She's disrespectful.
One of my friends thought it was very, very rude.
I don't know.
I don't feel that way, but sometimes I wish she'd just call me.
I
Mom.
call her Amy.
She
and
wants-
then
Mom
she's
wants to be called Mom.
Sky. It's like you have an E at the end of your name.
It's because I call my mom.
Okay, so
Look at Lucky.
this
They only
needs to
had
go-
they have A&W. Very good.
A&W.
A&W is very good root
That's
beer.
the root beer.
My favorite root beer is it's like a local thing. It's like they have like the sarsaparilla flavor.
Wow, you're
It's
like
just- it's-
super fancy, huh?
I really like root beer. My
It's
favorite
craft root
soda is
beer.
probably like Dr. Pepper though. I don't know. It's very good.
Old school.
Oh wow, so this has suspension. These have like little springy things. So that's going to work in this. Why do you think F9 re-entry puffs are visible at night? Do they produce light? Well, on the last flight, wait a second, there was a couple of flights ago where we saw it because it had flown up into the sunlight, right? Oh yeah, it was when Crew 2 was flying. It flew up into the sunlight, so it was totally visible, yeah.
I saw that, didn't
I think I showed you bits of that. Oh, not the one last night. No, that was a different one.
Like he's so polite. He's such a good dog. He's so
I? Wait,
fun.
this is
A lot of
BPA
things.
free and bamboo melamine. You get to. Like, this is
I'll just
bamboo
I won't put hot things in it, I guess.
What are you talking about? Bamboo.
With bamboo melamine, it's basically like a greenwashing thing where they're like, oh, we're good because we're using bamboo. But the melamine, they basically use harsh chemicals, and if it heats up, it can be dangerous. So you just can't put hot things in it. Yeah.
Wow, you've got a lot of opinions there.
No, it's like facts. Like literally the chemicals they use to break down the bamboo to make it like plastic.
Okay, so and then I push these through. Da, 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 da. So now we have landing gear that drops.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's so neat.
All right, so we're gonna have landing gear on this. You see? So this is just the earliest part of this. So many pieces for this whole thing.
Oh my gosh. How many pieces have we used, do you know?
I don't know. I've used 5 bags, so
Five
that could be a
bags.
bunch.
I love both
So
Dr.
much
Pepper
sugar
and
in
root beer.
it.
I'm enjoying. I'm just sort of like I'm in my Zen zone, so to speak. Does that make sense? The Zen zone.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Clip like this. So this is going to be getting bigger. This is starting to look like it has. We're starting to build out wings. Yes.
Hey, can you get some dough?
Some what?
Some dough in this soup?
Dawn dish soap.
Dawn. We get the really concentrated stuff.
I'm actually quite excited for what might happen tomorrow. I have a good feeling about tomorrow's flight. I'll say that. Like, I know I'm you know, I want to set expectations, but I've got a good feeling. That's all I'm gonna say. Now they've had a lot of changes. If it's not 15, it might be 16. Doggo's totally chilling. Doggo was
totally chilling.
Doggo was totally chilling.
He's so funny. He just looks so funny.
Oh,
Buddy. Hi.
wow, this one is, there's a lot of like bit. Every time I lift this up, this pops out. Oh wait, the chat has scrolled on and I've missed it.
Oh no.
It's so hard to keep up with
Well, I have
chat.
my phone here. Don't worry.
There's no minifigures in this set, but we do have a minifigure of Sally Ride that we can bring out, and Mae Jemison.
Yeah, I did we did the space exploration badge,
Yeah.
and for my like we had to write a card on a space person, so
Yeah.
I did it on Sally Ride because space lesbians.
She's not the only one though.
Okay, but like the one that comes to mind.
I know. I remember Anne McLean. I like her as well.
I literally don't know that many space people. I just knew her.
Well, anyway, Sally Ride is in the TV show For All Mankind.
Like a person of her?
It's
Or,
a
like,
it's a
actual-
fictional
okay.
alternate reality version, and she's pretty badass in this one.
Nice.
Like, so I got to take the Sally Ride Lego
Whoa.
figure and give her a pistol.
There's a lot of people in here.
Perrin True says hi from a 10-minute drive away. Are you sure? Like, but yes. Okay, what's next? So we're doing well. Now we're going to start putting green bits on. So the green helps us. They put in these things with different colors so you can actually see what's going on. Does Sky still play on? You haven't played EVE Online ever.
The games okay, I have a MacBook, so
You
it
could
doesn't
play
run
Eve
a lot of
Echoes on
games.
your phone.
I don't play a lot of games on my phone, honestly. And when I'm playing games, I play like a lot of story games.
Yeah, you're playing Monster High a lot, right?
Monster Prom is
Monster Prom.
so good. And they're coming out with a Monster Road Trip, and there's also Monster Camp. And I haven't even covered the DLC in Monster Prom.
What
Like,
about
the
Long
first
Live the
game.
Queen? You like that as
I
well?
love that game, but you can't play it on Catalina, like the new Catalina.
Really?
There's this thing with like 32 bits and stuff. So
Oh
you
my
can,
god, really? They've
Yeah.
broken that?
It's really annoying. So there's a lot of games that I can't play, but the main games that I like to play are like Monster Prom and Cultist Simulator.
Oh, Cultist Simulator, I
I
like
like
that.
a lot of like
Esoteric,
story-based-
story-driven.
Oh,
yeah.
very cryptic games.
Cryptic, yes.
I only played one, I played it through once, and then I lost, and then I didn't do it again.
What
Yeah,
game?
Cultist Simulator. You
I
went
love
crazy or
Cultist
something.
Simulator.
I
I also
didn't go
like.
crazy, I just was trying to see the gist of it, but it was sort
No,
of
but you might have lost the
mysterious.
game by going crazy, I think. No? Or did you get too depressed?
I don't know.
You suffered from dread.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it was that. I had too much dread.
Okay. 2 comments. Do you think a specially built expanded starship could bring people to the outer planets one day?
Trans rights.
If I say
Hey.
trans rights, gay rights.
LGBT. Wait. L.
She knows it.
I'm trying to remember it in ASL.
I find it amazing how many trans individuals I know, and it's fascinating to watch, like, my Twitters light up.
Yeah,
It-
based. You know it. Come on.
You know, and there are also so many amazing people I know that are in that group. Anyway,
Yeah.
what was I looking for? I'm looking for this. But yeah, Starship, there's no reason why it couldn't be. The thing is, at a certain point, it may not be the best thing. I think that at a certain point, it starts to make sense to start looking nuclear. And
Okay, Sky, can you get the dishwasher happening?
Yeah. Well, just start it, or is
Yeah,
there?
start.
Lucky, come on.
I like when
Oh,
they
wait,
include.
there's one on the table. Can you grab that?
Oh, trash.
Uh,
I'm the trash man.
yeah, you're the trash man.
Yeah, I mean, you know that I don't even know where it's from. I just know it from TikTok.
The trash man or the scat
I'm
man?
the trash man. I get up, I throw trash all over the ground. I don't know how.
I don't. That's.
I love that.
Is that a TikTok thing?
I don't know where it's from. I'm pretty sure it's from a show.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna totally give rights to robots as well.
Did you get ready for your? Maybe you should be packing something. Here's a cut.
Oh yeah, this goes in here.
Or do you
Like,
want to bring like a
there we go. This side.
coffee thing? It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Oh wait. Oh, that's right. Yes, so this goes in here. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, this has to go like that. Gotta make sure this is in the right orientation before I attach it. And then this clips down into this. So now we have this here, I'm presuming will be part of the system for actuating the elevons.
Elevar?
Yeah, elevons are so actuating, yeah. So elevons are at the back of the wings. So they're called the elevators. Those are the flaps that make your nose go up and down.
Wait.
But on the space
Nose?
shuttle, it
Oh,
doesn't
wait.
have ailerons at the front. It has elevons. Hey, so you guys know how to end this, right? I love ailerons
Because that's how I roll.
because that's how I roll.
Ha! Knee slap.
Yes,
Insert knee slap.
I love ailerons. Oh, wait a sec. Wow, this is complicated.
It looks so complicated.
Like they're warning you to make sure that this thing is pointed in the correct direction when you're assembling
I
this.
nose like face nose, so I got very scared.
Someone's asking about what I think is the most promising near future propulsion tech. I think we're probably just going to continue looking at gradual improvements in ion thrusters until somebody figures out how to make fusion work on Earth. then we might go big. But Draco's another option. That might be transformative in the right circumstances. Draco is, of course, the whole like nuclear thruster, but that's
Not that guy in Harry Potter.
it's not that guy in Harry Potter. This is way cooler. I mean, everybody knows that Draco Malfoy was cool, right?
Malfoy?
Gabriel
Draco
Rodriguez
Malfoy.
asks, why astronauts don't plant food in the ISS? It's free mass in orbit, basically just bring seeds, some nutrients, and reuse astronaut waste. But then they have to figure out how to reuse
Oh yeah, you got
astronaut
someone saying
waste.
it's Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny in Philly. Someone told me to watch that, and I never did. I don't even know what it's about. But I've heard it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think the games I have in my favorited on Steam are like Cultist Simulator. Oh, that one farming sim.
Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley. My friends love it. I don't. Which is sad because I would like to like it, but I don't.
Okay, now.
Super hot, very good, and you can
Super
play it on your computer.
hot.
But I'm kind of scared.
Do it.
Yeah.
You can see the size of the wingspan this thing's gonna have.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be.
Is this part of the shuttle now, or is this the base?
This is a shuttle.
Oh
we,
my
we
gosh.
built the base. Now we're building the shuttle, and we're getting through bag 5. I think after bag 6 is where I'm gonna have to pause.
Super hot is very good in VR too. It's
Have you played the
cool.
VR thing?
No, that was the first time I played it in VR. I've never actually played it like with mouse and keyboard. I've
Really?
only played it VR.
Wow.
It's okay. I am terrified of like shooting games. I get very nervous and I like mess up. So having super hot where everything just pauses while you're like not doing anything and you can think is so good.
Yeah.
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 You can play non-VR. I have it on my laptop and
Okay,
it looks like it can run, but I'm scared to run it on my computer.
Why?
My computer breathes heavy when I play like
Breathes heavy.
when I play Monster Prom, so I don't know how it would run.
It would probably work just fine.
My computer restarted today because I was running Zoom and like Google Chrome at the same time.
The offload of SLS core today, that's right, they delivered the SLS core and BN2 and 3 being stacked. Do you honestly think it's going to make the first orbital flight? I think SLS is probably going to make the first orbital flight. I think, because they're going to be doing suborbital flights test with the boosters, I think. I think Raptor production cadence is going to be their primary constraint for the boosters. They need to sort that out before they do anything else. Okay, so I like that word, cadence.
Sky, can you fit all this stuff away?
I will.
What stuff? Is that my stuff too? That's not food
It's
related.
everything.
Okay. They have a mushroom poster up here, which I always like to look at. There's so many bullets. Bullets are very pretty. And there's ones that like bruise purple or like green and blue. Very pretty. California is good for mushrooms. Like finding them.
Yeah.
Because when it does rain, and there's like the redwood forests where it's all that. What do you call it? Like rubble? But
Debris.
No, it's like leaves and
Litter.
no, it's not litter.
That litter is, you would call it forest litter.
Mulch.
Okay, whatever you want to call it.
Would
It's the 29th.
it's not really mulch though.
So Ted Sarmiento is asking, am I excited for James
It's not
Webb? Yes, I am. I'm excited for James Webb just because it will push our space telescopes forward by such a huge step.
Foliage.
Foliage
Like-
is just
Like okay, a lot of
Leaves.
bullets like to grow under that.
okay. Well,
Lucky.
so now
Aw.
this has to go here. Oh yeah, look at that. We're reinforcing the wings,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my god, there's springs in this?
Yes.
They are getting
Oh yeah, this
too
is
complicated.
Oh, this is a really complicated. Listen, the space shuttle was the most complicated vehicle ever
Lego
flown.
builders who like Lego master builders terrify me.
Yeah, what, they have that weird look in their eyes. They're just like trying to
Lego
figure
is
out
like
if they could
trash.
make you out of Lego pieces. They're like, I can
Detritus
deconstruct
is
you.
in
That's
bogs
probably what they
and like
do.
swamps.
Everywhere, they're like looking around like, I could build that with Lego.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Food for millipedes. Oh my gosh, there's this one kid in my Boy Scout troop who
There's one
Will-
of these pieces. Where did
he
this come
will
from?
pick up any bugs. His hobby when we're camping is literally turning over rocks and just picking up bugs like centipedes and like worms, and it's terrifying because like bugs are good in theory, but then you see them and I want to cry.
Bugs are very good.
Ladybugs are good. Spiders are fun. Some spiders, like daddy long legs,
Yeah.
which aren't even.
It's Alleged has made a donation, says, "Thank you so much for everything. Scott, you're one of the greatest folks on Earth."
Oh,
Air.
Oh my god.
Nice.
wow.
And he did actually spell Folks. I wasn't mispronouncing the other word.
What?
Because that's...
Folks.
Never mind, we're not going there. We're not going there. Okay. This is as far as we're going to go tonight, because it's a lot of work and I have stuff to do.
That's a lie.
I do.
That's a lie. You dedicate your entire life to building Lego.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get good very fast. It seems like a profession you can
Notice
do.
that I'm being really professional and biting it open with my teeth. Don't show my dentist that.
I'm sure your dentist would be liking that.
She would tell me it's not good, probably.
Yeah. It's scary. Just a little.
6, okay. Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, what do you think of carbon monoxide locks fuel? Yeah, so I think it's a great idea for that on Mars rockets. It might even make a better option as a high density power storage medium, say for like helicopters. The problem is for rockets is getting a clean ignition, right? They have a lot of hard starts, and that they do have like a, I'm not sure, it's not like a mesh, it's like a metal foam that they can heat up and use that as their igniter. Why not ozone fluorine? Because ozone fluorine scares me, and I have very little fear when it comes to rockets. Like, I don't like the ozone fluorine flocks, right? No, wait. Oh man, manly rights, thanks.
Folks and folks sound both the same.
Oh,
There's
yes.
no point to it.
And once again, thanking Q Claude. Thank you very much. Q Paget, Scott, you're awesome. I hope you get to fly to the moon on Starship. Well, I may not be do this as part of Dear Moon, but I will take any opportunity I can get. But it would also be cool to fly with the fam, so to speak.
I ate broccoli tonight. It was so good. Amy makes really good broccoli because she puts like garlic powder on it.
Oh man, that
Like
garlic
so many
powder and cheese
seasonings.
on the broccoli, that's how you make it.
Yeah, no. The reason your kids hate broccoli isn't because they don't like broccoli. It's because you're giving them steamed vegetables without any salt.
Yeah.
You can serve that with lemon. Maybe a little
Marked ashamed, thanks for your donation.
Jesus.
Wow, there was
That's-
some squealing going on out there, like something being murdered by coyotes, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's why you don't let your cats outside.
Did you know with an orbital velocity of 17,500 miles per hour, the space shuttle crew travel enough to see a sunrise or sunset every 45 minutes? It's not strictly true. It's not strictly true because depending upon their beta angle, they might see a sunrise and then 10 minutes later see a sunset, right? Depending upon the beta angle. And this might be a stupid question, but this pandemic has given some serious depression. I'm wondering if you have any idea if it'll be over anytime soon. It's getting there. It's really, it's a race against time to get people protected and vaccinated.
Yeah, I got my
before
first dose.
before
Very
the
fun.
variants start really kicking in.
It's looking good.
That's what it's about. And I
It's
think
looking good in like
the
Bay
US
at least.
is looking good in the Bay Area, yeah, because we get a high level of commitment to finishing this thing.
Or India.
Oh yeah.
I'm terrified of needles, but like that was the best thing. Best vaccination I ever got.
This is a heart-shaped piece.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. If I had
Look, there's
more
little
of those,
hearts on the space shuttle.
If I had more of those, I would make earrings out of them.
Oh, you can buy them.
You can buy them, I think.
James Davison is asking me what my favorite sci-fi author is, or who my favorite sci-fi author is, and
Is Neil Gaiman sci-fi? Not really.
well, I like him, but he's not. I would
I
call him.
love-
He could be a sci-fi author if you want.
I really don't know sci-fi.
But my favorite sci-fi author is Ian Banks.
Does
Ian M. Banks
Ian
specifically.
Binks.
Yeah, he writes, space opera in a post-scarcity universe, which means everyone can have what they want, and some people want to have adventures, high adventures. Yeah. Oh man, I hope India sorts is
Yeah.
yeah.
I have some
I've been
friends
watching
over
that
there.
with real concern. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. Like, you know, I really like hope.
Oh, yeah, for like a couple Christmases ago, his mom got him like all of the books. Like every single one of the Expanse books.
Yeah, I think I had them on my Amazon
We
wish
had
list.
to like wrap them. It was so much wrapping. Yeah. I think we gave up in the end and we were just like, okay, we'll bring it out. I
Is
think
that how
my
it
favorite book, I've like gotten for Christmas was actually I got some like science ebooks. Not science.
This is starting to look
necessarily.
like a
Got a lot of
section on the front here. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, like a book about like historic pandemics, which
Oh, yeah.
features our current pandemic, although it was written a while ago, so it's more just like the beginnings of that. And then the Sawbones, which I think they run a podcast. I have not listened to their podcast. It looks very good.
Sawbones?
Sawbones, it's just like weird and funky and like like opium will cure anything. Like funny stories about like medical stuff throughout
Yeah.
the years. And then
There's a lot of crazy
a
ideas.
while ago, I got all of the Sandman comics. It literally weighs like so much. There's 10 of them. So heavy, but it's really good. I love those.
Yeah. So Jonathan Root is talking about Sandy Munro talking about working on anti-gravity tech. I've no idea what he's talking about, and I'm skeptical of any claims of anti-gravity. There's certainly ways you can fake anti-gravity. You can move things with magnets and stuff, which looks really cool, but it's not what I would call anti-gravity. Moving stuff with gravitational forces is problematic because gravity only pulls or only sucks, depending upon your point of view.
Gravity sucks.
Gravity sucks.
Anti-gravs. I don't know. Why would you want to do that when you can?
I don't know,
do
gravity's pretty
floating?
cool for, not having to
True, but if you're
nail
like,
your feet down.
you get really heavy boots.
Really heavy boots, right. Really heavy boots doesn't help you when there's no gravity, so it's heavy as what
Sorry,
things-
it took me a couple seconds. I was like,
Oh, wait, yes. Okay, so we're...
magnet boots.
Magnet boots, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is the type of metal they're building Starship from isn't magnetic. This is starting to look like a spaceship.
Oh my gosh. If it.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, Batman.
Oh my god, it does look Batman.
It does look like
We
Batman.
have some Batman figures. Like, as an Easter egg.
There's a
in our
Batman
house,
space shuttle.
As an Easter egg in our house, we have these little, like, minifigures. We have a ton of them. And we'll just put them on, like, door frames. And you can see them all out throughout the house.
That's what that is. I just figured that out. It just occurred to me, like that Easter Bunny set.
Uh-huh.
There's an egg that goes inside the roof.
Yes.
And I was trying to think, why do they do that? Because
It's like a hidden...
it's a hidden Easter egg.
So Amy, because I bought this shuttle, I got the Easter Bunny set as well. And Amy's been building that because she kind of likes the cute Lego.
I like the cute Lego too, but I don't like building it. It's not my thing. I used to really be into making those metal sets.
Oh, the metal earth?
I drink too much caffeine. I can't even do straight eyeliner. How do I do complex metal structures? I still have some. I might go back to them.
Oh my god, it's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. I need to finish up and I need to close my rings as well.
Oh, you just
We're
paced
finishing this
around the
bag.
house a little, you know?
I'm going to have to do that.
Almost my bedtime.
Well, I've had a very hard week and this is actually really feeling good for me. Like, there's a lot of sort of therapy going on with the amount of work I've had going on this week.
You just wanted to play with your legs.
I did. I wanted to play with my toys and play with, you know. I wish I could tell you what I was up to this week. That's all I'm saying. It was obviously a work thing that's secret. And there's a lot of secret stuff with my work.
Okay. You should try that.
No, I've tasted it. It tastes. I can't. It
Scott-
tastes so weird.
Sky, have you heard of File Under Foliage?
No.
The musician? Okay.
No.
I would totally go to Mars just to fly around, but it would depend on how long I would have to take away from the family.
What about those people who are making music with
It sounds like someone from Tumblr. It sounds like a Tumblr.
From
like,
Forest
username.
Well,
I don't know, like people who are into like cryptid core or something.
Cryptid Core. There's
Yeah,
a...
if you find something you like, it's like scene, right? People are now rebranding scene fashion as like scene core.
Scene Core?
Goth core. Anything that you like, if you want to make it into like an aesthetic name, you just add core to the end of it.
That's basically you're trying to give it a genre tag or something.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
Look at this. That's an interesting little pattern there, right? On these end pieces. So yeah, there's a lot of color coding going on here. This is all going to be hidden, but it's so that you know where the
Yeah.
reference points are.
That's honestly, it's like 10 times easier. Also, like just black on black background, not good.
So Andrew Parker's talking about creating an artificial magnetosphere for Mars by having something similar to the Lagrange point. Apparently somebody did the math on that and showed that you couldn't get enough materials because you would need like rare earth. You basically, to make the superconductors, you couldn't mine enough materials on Mars. But they then pointed out that you could get away with regular conductors on Mars itself and you wouldn't need as much. So there's like some like ISRU constraints on artificial magnetospheres paper that I saw just recently, and I thought it was quite compelling because they're talking about, you know, mining the solar system. No, so Morkani is asking about whether larger mass craft go faster from gravity assist. It shouldn't. It actually makes the heavier your spacecraft, the less velocity you get because you start to throw the other object around. I know. I'll be finishing up, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, she
I'm
wants me to get to bed.
Good night.
Good night, honey.
Toodles.
Mwah. And no.
Don't forget to put the.
Yeah.
Can I do a video on magnetic reconnection? I'm sure I could. Since it's sort of like one of these base things that I did the math for in my astronomy undergraduate
Look at him.
work.
He's so big.
He's a really big. He's a long
He's-
cat.
No, yeah, he's okay. I have my
We
friends.
never measured them though.
He's like 3 feet across.
You should
And when he
measure.
stretches out, 3 feet across. I bet
He's
you.
similar size to.
Okay.
Lucky.
Look
He's
at this.
bigger than Lucky.
We're gonna join these together.
He's so big.
Are you ready?
Dang.
Lucky.
Oh shh.
Oh no.
You dropped
Okay, I
something?
broke it.
You dropped something.
I dropped something.
Okay. Lucky.
Can you let him know?
I can let him out.
Okay, let's try that again.
Where's the flashlight?
Let's put my fingers closer to it. There we go. Excellent. Okay. Ta-da! Look, this is starting to look like a space shuttle, huh?
Oh my
Look at that silhouette. Are cats liquid? Yes. Yes, they are. This is starting to look very impressive. There's Sky out with a mega flashlight. What do you say to people who don't find space exploration exciting, interesting? What are you interested in? That's the first thing, because you look, I have a lot of interests. Let me tell you, right? I love just music. Like, I spend so much time digging through and talking about music. I think I could probably have a pretty solid discussion with anyone that was wanting to spend the time. Like, I find it hard to... I can totally understand why people may not find space flight that interesting, because, you know, they're more interested in the things that matter to them. It's very hard to take an abstract concept like that and make it relevant to a person. File under foliage is an REM reference. Yes, you're right. That's because of Orange Crush, right? No? Got my pride, I got my I have not had enough beer today. REM is a marvelous, a band that I got to appreciate more and more over time. I wasn't a fan early on, but I think that as time went on...
What's REM?
REM are a band.
Do you know any? Do you know any songs I would know?
Stand in the place where you are.
Yeah.
Losing My Religion is probably their most famous tune because it won all the awards.
Okay, don't forget.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I kind of like this little pattern in the middle there, little
They're
black
like
and
earrings.
white. The way these just hang down.
My earrings are better.
How come videos on the Ingenuity? So I'll tell you why the cameras are. They're basically different cameras that are involved, Andrew Parker. So the engineering cameras, they aren't writing directly to the system in the same way. I'm not sure what the plans are for that, but I thought they would be able to get the data out faster. But I don't know where these things go. Oh, they go here. Yeah, right in here. We're getting there.
I feel like I've come full circle with like my music interests, where it's now like.
You know you're going back to Hawaii, right?
Oh yeah.
You better get your uke ready.
I gotta get my uke ready. But it's like basically Scott used to play. It really reminds me of it.
What's your opinion on Starship as a Mars colonization vehicle? I think first of all it will be a general purpose launch system first before it becomes a colonization vehicle, because there's so much that needs to be sorted out to make it viable for that particular job. But here's the thing. I think by the time it's ready to start sending lots of people to Mars, it won't be the small Starship. It'll be the fatter version of Starship, because it just will make more sense to have the fat ship instead of the thin ship.
Oh my gosh. Any Mitski fans? Very good.
Mitski?
Mitski. I love her so much. We were listening to her on the way home, and it was a beautiful sunset. It was the best combination.
It was a moment.
It was a moment for surezies.
For surezies.
Oh yeah, I've started talking like a camp counselor.
So Jack Warnecki, do I know anything about the giant solid fuel rocket buried in Florida? Yeah, I did. I talked about it in my video about the most powerful rocket engines ever made. It's the AJ260, I believe, which means it's Aerojet, and it's a 260-inch diameter motor. And it was originally pitched as potentially being the first stage to a Saturn V. And it was tested a few times, and one of the times it sort of blew out the nozzle, I think. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's not right.
Nobody is so good. I just watched the
You watched
the like Genius breakdown of the video, and I thought it was really funny.
Genius
She was
breakdown of what?
like, Genius, like she sung it,
Oh,
and then she was like, "This is what this means," and she was like, "Don't worry when I sing this in concert, don't worry about the pitch. Just worry about singing the words.
yeah.
This is lucky."
Okay.
Because he's lucky to find us, and
So
we're
look,
lucky to find him.
We're about 1/3 of the way through this,
And we are gonna have to call it a night. I think.
it's
Yeah.
3 hours. 3 hours. So I think this is going to be a 10-hour build at this point,
Ah,
right?
So we have the stand, which, by the way, I can see how the stand works. Right? Look, this is gonna slot in here.
Look at that. Look at how beautiful that thing sits. This is going to be special.
Wow. But then, more importantly, we have the Hubble Space Telescope, which
oh
I
my
love
God, that's
this.
so pretty. It's
Oh,
so
so
shiny.
were you able to get this thing
I
out?
only got one of them out.
No,
and
there's
I-
only one that comes
Okay,
out.
okay.
Right. So on this Hubble Space Telescope, they had to fix it, and they did that by going in and pulling out a thing and replacing it.
Okay, wait. So what
So
comes out and what?
This one comes out on top.
Okay, yeah, I know that one comes out.
That's
but
the only one that comes out.
But what gets replaced?
Well, when they brought a different one in, right, and it had new instruments. So that's really what they did. That's the important thing.
Wait, is this something that gets replaced?
So they were designed so that they could change the. What happens is this is all the optics up in the front, right?
Optics.
And then all the instruments that would take the light and do stuff with it were down the back, and they
Okay.
designed these so they could swap them out and put new ones in.
Is,
And when they
wait, so you can only swap out this one?
well,
Or
that in this model you can
in
only
this
fit
model,
one.
they can all swap out all of these.
Yeah, or I think there would be one in each. I don't remember. But what happened was the Hubble Space Telescope, when it went up, the mirror was the wrong shape and it was blurry, like it needed a set of spectacles or glasses to fix its vision. And yeah, so they figured out how to do that by replacing one of these gizmos, and that's what they did. It was one of the coolest stories. It was one of the coolest things the space shuttle ever did, was fixing a satellite in orbit. And so that's why they give you the Hubble Space Telescope as one of its things.
All the fun in Lego is building it. Once you build it, it's kind of
I
boring.
no, I've used the model of the ISS a couple of times.
Yeah, but like most of the fun is just in building it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
The dog is called Lucky
Lucky.
because he was a stray that followed the kids home.
Not us specifically.
Right.
Some neighbors' kids, and they had a black lab that so they couldn't
Yeah.
take Lucky in, and then we were like, "Well, this dog's very nice," and we
Yeah.
just took him. He yoinked him.
Yeah,
We did.
We-
other
we ended up
things. He didn't
inheriting.
have a chip.
yeah.
He didn't. We looked around for his owner. We didn't just steal a dog off the street.
But point is that we are lucky that he found us, and he's lucky that he found us. So
Yes.
he's lucky.
He's a very calm dog, usually.
I'm a
He's an
fan
old
of
man.
Bruce Springsteen. I think that he's done some amazing tunes. I mean, I think he's a pretty competent musician, but I don't generally listen to him. I also think it's hilarious that some of his tunes are totally misinterpreted by certain people.
I've never listened to Bruce Springsteen, like, consciously.
Well, let me tell you, if you listen to any songs, you should listen to the lyrics before you decide to use them in your political campaigns.
I would not be surprised.
So many people playing Born in the USA without realizing what it's talking about.
Lucky is a nice dog. He's so polite, usually. He's
So
very
yeah, we're gonna
chill
Be
dog.
finishing this up anyway because I don't think
Yeah.
I am spent.
Yeah.
But this is looking exciting. Look at the next one. We're going to be putting on the wing surfaces. We're going to be putting on the carbon sections.
I didn't inherit an accent. I grew up in
Yeah,
a,
rocking the free world. Another example. Yeah. Also, I think the most bizarre thing is playing YMCA before certain crowds that are.
What?
yeah,
This isn't. Is this? Well, this is not a C for me.
yeah. That's that. No, it's.
I never can figure out which way is which.
Anyway. Yes, output coupler. Born on the 4th of July. Another one.
What prevents combustion product in chamber from traveling to gas generator due to high pressure? The pump. The pump is what is making it. So the pump is generating the high pressure, so the combustion chamber. The gas generator is driving an impeller, which drives the pump. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I will be around sometime to finish this off. But until then, oh my God, Boris McCullough. I don't even know what that is, but thank you, Boris McCullough. I'll try to make my Russian pronunciation better. Great Scott! Thank you very much. We are going to be calling it a night. Safe fly, safe sky.
Toodles.
Toodles.
Fly safe.
How do I turn this off?
Lucky says fly safe too, right, Lucky?
Okay, how do I stop it? Okay, oh dear. What?
It's like an end of a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, oh here it is. Maybe through this. Yes! Goodbye!